Hello, everybody, and welcome to Empires of Arcadia. I'm Koibu. I'm going to be your DM for today. We've got a good session coming up. Our last session, our players had some interesting encounters. They fought off some old queens and kings of ancient pasts and have gathered a tremendous amount of loot on hand. We went through the loot off stream, but we'll probably go through it on stream again. In addition, everyone needs to be rewarded some experience, which I had as a total, and then I closed my calculator. So I'm going to have to retally this.
I'll be back one second.
But while I retally, why don't you guys talk about the way you want to distribute your loot?
Can we just for the audience, can we repeat what loot we got?
Just for the audience, right? Not for anyone here who,
Yeah.
of course, already knows, right?
Yeah.
So I'm also going to give you the queen names here. So Queen Jonah, she had bracers of defense, which gives you a bonus of 2 to your AC when you're not using an armor or shields. She also had a +3 dagger and an ethereal bow that's +1 to hit and +1 to damage. It will hit creatures that are in the ethereal plane. It creates its own arrow upon being drawn, which provides dim light and then vanishes momentarily after impact. There was the king, who was the zombie, but he had no magical items. The ghost, unsurprisingly, had no magical items. Queen Xena had a spear of piercing, which has reach, so you can hit someone at 10 feet instead of 5 feet. It ignores half the AC value provided by armor and shields, and when you're hit with it, you need to make a con save or suffer a bleeding wound, where you'll take D8 damage at the start of your turn, and you just keep making that con save until you pass or not.
What's the dice roll on the spear?
What do you mean the dice roll?
Like damage roll.
Normal spear damage, but +2 to damage.
Okay.
Yeah, we can find that out momentarily later. And additionally, you can bind the wounds, or magical healing will fix the bleeding as well. Queen Xena also had gloves of war, +1 to hit and +1 to damage. They're gloves, +1 to hit and damage on any weapon you wield.
Are gloves?
And then,
do gloves and bracers go in the same slot or different slot?
No. Gloves are hands, bracers are arms.
Okay.
And Queen Seraphina, she had an amulet of non-detection, which means you can't be scryed upon by anyone. She also had bracers of defense, same as the other ones, +2 to AC when you're not using shield or armor. She had a brooch of shielding. A brooch is like what holds your cloak on, or holds your clothes together, something like that. Like an old-fashioned giant safety pin, but it looks nice. And that makes you resistant to force damage and immune to the magic missile spell. She also had a cape of protection that gives you +1 to your AC and saves, and a ring of free action, which means you can't be stunned or paralyzed, you can't be restrained by magic, you're not hampered by difficult terrain in any way, shape, or form, you can't be slowed, you also can't be hasted, but your movement is forever unimpeded when you wear it. And a ring of mind shielding, which makes her immune to magic that allows other creatures to read your thoughts, to determine if you're lying, to know your alignment, to know your true form, and it allows you to ignore telepathic communication. So if there's a telepath nearby who's trying to talk to you, you can just hang up on him, which normally you can't if there's a telepath nearby. She had a lot of magic items. Slippers of silence. They make no sound while you're walking, but they're also slippers, and they're not really traveling through the jungle wear. If you travel through the jungle, the slippers are going to get ripped up and destroyed. So don't wear them out and about. And last but not least, she had a bag of holding. A small little 4-inch opening, holds 30 pounds or 1 cubic foot, weighs a pound, and within it was a rod of rulership. You must present the rod and command obedience, and every creature within 120 feet of you that also has line of sight to you must make a wisdom save, DC 15, or be charmed for 8 hours. They will regard you as their trusted leader. If they're harmed by you or any of your companions, or if they're commanded to do something contrary to their nature, the charm will break, and the rod recharges daily in the light of dawn only.
That one seems pretty cool. Is there a do I know if it supersedes, suppose it's standing next to who actually is its leader right now? Will it choose you instead?
Oh, that might be a situation. Let's say Devin is a true patriot and he loves his country and his leader tells him to do something, and then you're rod of rulership, do this other thing. That is an interesting edge case situation, and I'm not really sure how it's going to play out. It'll probably come down to a roll that'll be based on the specifics of the situation.
Roll save.
If like Devin's rightful king says like, Devin, go mine these rocks, and he's like, cool, I'm down, and then you're like, Devin, do not mine these rocks, that seems like a pretty, like, he'll probably just take whatever order he got last, you know? But if the king is like, Devin, defend our lands, and you're like, Devin, don't defend your lands, let them be overrun, we'll probably give him like a save, because then he's invested in defending his lands, at least in some area, you know? We'll adjudicate it.
Great.
All I want is the Cape of Protection. That's it. +1 AC. You guys can have the rest.
How much armor am I currently getting from my armor? Is there a way for me to see that?
You are wearing scale mail +1. Scale mail gives you, this will give you 15, this will give you 5 AC.
Right, but I have like the barbarian thing.
Right, so if you take off your armor, you get your con plus your, is it just your con to AC?
Con and dex, maybe?
Con and dex, yeah, but the armor already stacks with your dex. Are you also wielding a shield?
No.
No? How do you get 18? 4, where's the other 4 coming from?
Oh, I have 2 rings of protection.
5, 6. How do we get to 18? Because the scale mail will give you +4 off the bat, and then +1 because it's magical. So that's 5. 1 from Dex is 6. Oh, and then 2 from the Rings of Protection, which brings you to 18. That's perfect. So if you scrap the scale mail, you'll drop 5, but then you'll gain 3 from the con. And then if you use the bracers, then you'll be back at 18.
Okay, so there's no difference. Great.
There's no difference, but then you don't carry the 45 pounds of scale mail.
Bro.
Wait, you're a
That's
really
not
high
nice.
strength character, right?
Huh?
You're a really high strength character, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you carry the scale. I don't know. It's up to you.
He's 4 pounds from max weight right now.
Maybe it does matter.
Or not from max weight, but from slowed weight.
Yeah. I mean, if anyone else has use for them, that's better.
Okay, well, 2 items that I really want. If no one's going to say anything. I really want Gloves of War and the Ethereal Bow. I don't think anybody's going to contest me on the bow, right?
I want the bow.
Nice one.
No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Anybody contest me on the Gloves of War?
I think the bow is a monk item.
Good one.
I kind of want the Ghost of War. I'll roll you for them.
Wait. Let's figure out who it's better on. Melee or thrown attacks made with these gloves are considered. Why is it better for you, Destiny?
Wait, did you not say these apply to every attack, Koibu?
Oh, I think I did, but Devin's right. It's just melee and thrown.
Yeah, so it's better for Zizaran.
Yeah.
It's not bow attacks.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't care about
But
hitting
it's fine
things.
because his bow's already magic.
I just care about not getting hit by things, so I'm taking the Cloak of Protection. Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna make a legitimate argument for the Gloves of War. I believe I make the most attacks out of everyone since I punch a lot.
True.
I think I should
Actually
take
true.
the Gloves of War.
Mm-hmm.
True. I support Trump. Well, I support this Trump. I've done.
Yeah, so if you have, if you were to do 10 weak attacks and you get a +3 to every single attack, or 2 strong attacks and you get a +3 to every single attack, the one that does more attacks, more weaker attacks, since it's a flat damage increase per attack, probably is more average damage. Yeah.
And he stuns. So yeah, I agree.
Oh, and so we need more hit.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, if I hit, it's way better because
That's
then I can
fucking boss, yo.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so I volunteer to take the Gloves of War and the Rod of Rulership.
Cool.
I don't think there's any items I really need. I mean, I
I
can take the
should-
spare, I guess.
So Koibu, I should have 22 AC now, base,
Let me take a look at that.
and then I
That
also
sounds
added all my
about
saves.
also fucking broken.
I mean, Ziz, you don't have a necklace, right?
I don't have a necklace.
No.
You could take the resistance to force damage.
Sure, that's actually kind of nice for me as a barb because
You
I
are
take
not
off damage.
vulnerable to it. Yeah. So
Brooch of Shielding, then? You're going to take that?
Yeah.
Okay.
just so he gets an upgrade. Ring of Free Action, we should just put on whoever has trouble getting over mountains most of the time, like wearing it then.
Does the Ring of Free Action allow you to travel on like that, Koibu? Like, would you not have to make rolls against like traveling over difficult terrain?
You will still have to make the difficult terrain rolls if it's like climbing, but not if it were like walking through a swamp or heavy reeds.
Ring of Free
you still have
Action.
to pull your weight, but you
5,000.
things will impede you.
Yeah. Ring of Free Action should probably go on people most likely to be encountering those obstacles then, which are probably going to be melee people.
I already
So-
have 2 rings.
You already have 2? Trump, do you have 2 rings?
I don't have any, but I also am not hampered by difficult terrain right now.
I am, and I'm the only one that has to go up mountains. However, I already have a ring of acid resistance on. I don't know if we can.
You
if
can
that's
have 2
more.
though.
I know, but I have a ring of protection also.
Okay, I'm
so
taking it. Ring of Free Action.
Okay.
Devin, your AC is 22. Yes.
Yee boy. Let's go.
What was the amulet I got called?
That's
Amulet
very good.
Is it the Brooch of Shielding? Or,
Yeah.
I don't know if that was what it
And-
was called.
What about the ring of mind shielding? I guess we use that situationally. If we think we're going against some like filthy elves or something.
Yeah, I'll take that too if nobody wants it for now.
Devin, your cape of protection is going to weigh a pound. So you're
Uh-oh.
going to have to drop a half a pound. And you're probably also going to have to pin it or like make some slight adjustments to it because it's sized for a human. So if you walk around, it's like going to drag on the ground behind you and get all gross. So you'll have to like, pin it up on the bottom or hem it or make some slight alterations in town to it so that it'll, not trip you as you
Okay.
walk. Which is fine. Just as a
Nickel and diming me on this.
And
My
We
one
had
upgrade.
we had 2 of the bracers of protection, right? That we don't really need.
We can trade them for something we
Right,
want.
but I could use them and like free up 45 pounds of space.
Yeah, you
Also
should definitely do
good.
that. How much does that ethereal bow weigh?
same as all your other bows.
It's ethereal though. It
2
shouldn't weigh
pounds?
anything.
The bow itself is not ethereal.
It's
Can
not?
we shove the old scale mail I have in a bag of holding?
I thought it was. I thought it was like a ghosty bow.
It
Yeah, sure.
fires
I'll,
things
stuff
into
your
the
scale mail
ethereal
with that.
plane and interacts with the ethereal plane, but is still a physical, tangible object. Might like it exists in multiple planes at the same time,
Wouldn't
but
that make
like,
it weigh less?
No. Sorry.
Yes. So am
I'm
I.
just as heavy in your dreams.
Damn, that's deep. I don't know about that, dude. Okay. And then when I roll a save, it's correct save. So, what else is there? Who is gonna take the slippers?
I'll take
sound
those if
will-
nobody wants them.
Who's gonna take the small bag of holding?
I'll take that as well. I can use that.
Who is going to take the amulet of non-detection?
I can take that if nobody wants it.
Who is going to take the dagger +3?
I'll take it if nobody wants it.
Destiny is a shopping cart of magical items.
Nice. Yeah.
And
that's fun.
there it is. Cool. Fuck this crossbow. I never use it. I'm ditching it. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm ditching this. Okay.
I'm old now.
True.
Oh, you gained like 10 years or some shit, didn't you?
13. 43 now.
True. Okay, well that's all the items, isn't it?
How old do people get in this day and age, Koibu?
So life expectancy is probably around 35 years, but if you do not count infant mortality, then people age to about 60 or 70. But it's like a hard 60 or 70.
Oh, does anyone want the bleed spear?
I could maybe take that.
Yeah, if you want an alternate weapon. The bleed is pretty cool, and if we're going up against like a tank or something,
Is there anywhere I can like note that all the stuff it does? Because I'm not gonna remember that. I've already forgot it.
The thing that the spear does?
Yeah, like is there anywhere to like note that on my sheet under it?
Oof. So we can add a section over here where you've got like Battle Master and Action Surge. We can just put a thing at the bottom called like Spear of Piercing.
That'd be perfect.
Koibu, I'm gonna put the Baba Yaga hut on my character sheet. I'm just gonna add that as the.
Oh no, it looks like Flintheart fell down a flight of stairs.
And he was in the hut,
Oh.
so he was okay.
Okay, can you help me add this ethereal bow to my attack sheet, Koibu?
Yes, I will.
Okay, I'll let you do that. I won't fuck with it.
Where is Corin?
And the spear piercing is magical as well, right? So if I come up against Ghosty Mac Ghost Face again, I can just stab him.
The spear of piercing is magical, yes. There you go. All right, it is now on your character sheet.
Okay.
Although I don't know why.
I have
Oh, you
two
get
elven
+2 for
longbows?
your style for your.
Oh,
Oh, did you say we get exactly 5,000 XP?
Yes, five. I just rounded up, so everyone gets 5,000, which should be about 10% of your total XP.
wait. So we all just got 5,000 XP.
Yes, 5K across the board.
Cool.
Woo-woo.
Anyone hit any levels?
Nope.
Let me see.
think-
Level 10 is 64,000.
Yeah, level 10 is brutal.
Can this ethereal bow fire other arrows?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Can my ethereal bow fire other arrows, or only ethereal arrows?
Yes, you could notch it with a regular arrow or a magic arrow instead of the ethereal ones.
Sure. I'm not worried about the magic, but the elven arrows are still more damage, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do I have is all of my damage being added correctly?
Your elven longbow seems to be doing D8 +7. Where's that extra 2 to damage coming from?
Are you taking into account my braces of archery?
No, I'm not. That's where the extra 2 comes from. Right? Brace of Archery give you +2 to damage?
Correct.
Okay. There you go. So now you'll have an additional +1 to hit with this over your elven longbow.
Gotcha. And then, but the damage would be a bit weaker unless I'm using an elven arrow.
The
Because
damage.
I think the elven arrows were 1d10 instead of 1d8.
There should be a +1 to damage on here. For some reason, it's not accounting for your +1 to damage on the bow. We'll manually do it. There we go. Okay, perfect.
Okay. What I'm just trying to figure out is, like, is it just strictly better to always use my ethereal bow, or should I be using the elven arrows and the ethereal bow?
The elven arrows and the ethereal bow, you will do about the same, actually. Yeah, because you'll lose the +1 to damage if you don't use the ethereal arrow, but then the die size of the elven arrows go up to D10, and the difference between D8 and D10 is on average 1 point of damage. So the average damage output will be the same. The elven longbow will just give you a slightly wider range, a higher max and min.
Gotcha. Okay. Fuck that then. I'm throwing away my elven bow.
Cool. It also has longer range. I don't know if that matters for you.
Range is 150, 600, and the range on the other bow is 225, 600. How often am I shooting?
Yeah.
Nah, that's fine. Well, I'll figure it out.
Any other questions about items? Did it all get distributed properly?
I believe I listed off everything. Destiny just took pretty much everything. The +3 dagger, did you get that, Steven?
Yep, I got it. Don't
Okay.
worry. I got it.
Then both rings, the brooch of shielding. The only thing that we didn't account for are the bracers of defense, which we're going to sell anyway. So maybe just toss them in a bag somewhere. Someone put them on the list.
Wait, we were giving the bracers of defense to Ziz.
We
already
had two
has
of them, though.
Oh, there's two.
We're just going to trade. They're just tradable items. We can just trade them for something. Trade them to the elves or something. I don't think we're ever going to use the slippers of silence either. I think we could trade those probably.
I think we'll use them.
Really? For what?
If you want to sneak around in the house, like the giant's house.
Yes. Pretty smart, actually.
What amulet of water breathing? How much does this weigh?
A pound.
1. Okay, for rings, were these 0?
Yeah, rings are 0. They're weightless, essentially.
Gotcha. That small bag of holding was 11 pounds. It can hold 30, correct?
It's 1 pound. It can hold 30.
Oh. Fuck. Okay. Real quick, the amulet of not. Oh, and the dagger +3. How much does a dagger weigh?
1 pound. You can just drag and drop dagger +3 from the compendium. The circle with the eye in the upper right-hand corner.
Yeah.
If you just type dagger +3,
And it'll automatically add the damage and everything too, right?
I hope so. It better.
Oh, calm down.
If not, we can find a way.
Okay, added that. Am I getting all the proper? Oh shit.
Well, let's just make an attack with it and roll some damage with it, and it does 5 + 3. Yeah, it does everything. Ooh, so maybe your bow actually already had the damage right, but the bow did have the damage right. I'm gonna remove that extra +1.
Fuck you.
Didn't
But,
show in the formula on your sheet, but it will show in the formula when you make your attacks.
Okay. Are you positive?
100%.
100%. Okay.
Not 200%.
No, not 200%. No one can be 200% anything.
Okay, I am literally ready to trash this on the ground. Spear +1. Who wants it?
Are we not going to trade these things for things?
Who? I think we're the only people on this island with magical items. What are we trading for?
We can trade to the wizards. We can trade to the elves. We
Okay.
can trade.
Who wants?
We have
to...
not tried to trade with the elves for
I think
things.
one person should hold everything. Who wants to hold this? I don't want to hold extra random bullshit.
Yeah,
I
I
think
mean,
the
we'll
guy
put
with
it in
the
the
holding.
bag
have a-
after.
What I'm
carefully
saying is
wrapping
we
it up.
hold this and then we go to like
I
a
understand.
town.
I don't want 4 people holding things we're going to trade. We should just have it all in one person. We have a bag of holding, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trump-
I'm
okay.
holding the bag of holding stuff. So I'll put down, you have a spear of +1 in it.
Spear
We're
+1.
wrapping it up so that it doesn't poke a hole in it.
Are you putting the two bracers of defense in there too?
This is using 1, right?
Yeah,
No,
I'm using 1. Yeah.
Wait.
I am.
no,
It
I know,
saves
but I
me-
think we have 2 in addition to that. The 2.
No.
Oh,
I'm
it
using
says,
1.
Oh, I am confused. It says bracers of defense, but it's actually a bracer of defense that drop. I thought 2 bracers dropped, but 1 bracer dropped.
No, 2 drop, but they're
Okay.
also called bracers.
So we
it's
don't
kind
have
of
an
like having
extra-
two
What?
pair. It's like having 2 pairs of shoes. You have 4 shoes, but there's 2 separate pairs of shoes. So we have 2 different. We have 2 sets of bracers.
Yeah. Okay, so the only thing we're storing is a spear, it seems like. So I'm
How
putting
many
down spears.
bracers are there?
There are
How
4
many-
bracers, but a set is 2. So there's 2
2
sets of bracers.
+2.
Yes, 2 sets
Yeah.
of bracers that give +2 to
Okay.
AC.
Oh, there are
I think-
2. Okay.
Yes.
I
Then
think
I'm
Yes.
putting in one of those in the bag also.
Sa, you already had a set of bracers of defense from long ago, right?
He
Yeah.
did. Ziz and him were wearing one. We now have 1 more. We have 3 bracer sets total for a total of 6.
6 bracers in 3 sets.
I'm now
Yes.
using 1 bracers, and there's 1 bracers in the bag.
Okay.
Hell
Who
yeah.
else is using the other set of bracers? Is that Ziz?
This,
Ziz?
Yeah.
Okay. And what are you going to do with your +1 scale mail, Ziz?
It's
Um,
in
from-
the bag.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm naked now.
Back to being naked. Love it.
Nice.
Dragon claws in Ember's Keep. Did we stash items in Ember's Keep?
We did, but I
Yes.
don't have a record of
did.
what those were.
Okay,
Or
I
do-
have written that I've stashed 3 dragon claws in Ember's Keep.
Searching.
I'm just letting us know that we have shit there if we ever care to go back. and
Okay,
get it.
cool.
Well, where do you guys want to go now, though?
I want to go either to the Cloud Giants or to Acropolis.
You don't want to do the deep spawn?
Oh.
Is Deep
Fuck
Spawn the
no.
hammer with for the dwarves or
Yeah.
whatever?
The deep spawn is the dwarven magic hammer.
I mean, Flint wants to do it, but I don't. The thing is, I think that thing is fucking crazy strong. Also, it's underwater, and Koibu's gonna have a lot of bullshit.
Wait, it's not
modifiers.
underwater. It's just in a swamp, right?
You know how in games, like sometimes things don't load properly, and Koibu just asks us where we go. So if we rush right now past the Kraken, maybe he'll just be like, "Shit,
Hasn't
I don't know what
loaded
to
in yet?
do." Yeah, it's not loaded in yet.
You just run off the
I'll,
edge of the world.
clip through the world and like get to the hammer before the monster loads and grab it and run out.
I kind of want to do the deep spawn.
I'm okay with whichever side. So I will let you three vote.
Can we do the research on the deep spawn? Go visit a gnome and ask him.
I mean, that's what we've been doing like the whole episode, right? Or I'm sorry, the whole series is like getting ready to kill that thing, right?
But we don't know how strong it is.
Wait, where is the last book? Is okay.
The last two books are the Storm Giants.
Yeah,
House.
I think we should have everybody on the. Okay, this is. Are we worried that the wizards could fuck us?
Yeah.
No.
Because if we are, it might make sense to have everybody else at full power rather than giving the wizards like everything they need, and then maybe they just are like going
Right.
fuck everybody. So maybe uniting the dwarves would, because I don't think the dwarves would fuck over everybody. The
What
wizards
makes you
might.
think they're gonna try and fuck you over?
I might just be being too much of a lore person doing this, but like if you think about the relationships that these people have with the islands, the wizards live off on their own on the corner. They don't really seem to give a fuck about anything. They don't really seem to help anybody. Like they'll trade a little bit, but all they really seem obsessed with and desirable for are these tablets. They really, 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 really want their research, and we don't know what is going to happen when they get all those tablets. We know that the dwarves are going to get the hammers, and they're going to unite the dwarves. They've been helping us move through tunnels. We've built like our kind of civilization off of the back of all of that travel, and it seems like they've been eager to like help us do things to get things done. And when we give them the hammer, we know what's going to happen. They're going to be able to unite all the dwarves together. It's possible that the wizards are. Did you ever play Halo?
Yeah.
In the first Halo, you had a mission to activate Halo to kill the Flood, and you didn't know what that did, but in actuality, it was going to destroy the entire galaxy. It could be that these wizards want all the tablets, and the reason why is because when they get all of them, they can snap their fingers and Thanos like half the island. I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm just saying that like it's a possibility. It doesn't seem to be with the dwarves.
It would take them years to do so because they have to go through and understand all the magic and learn it. I mean, as much as that could be a possibility, it could also be that wizards are just obsessed with knowledge, especially these wizards, because there's no paper anywhere. So it's like fucking insane. It's the only way to improve magical spells and get stronger. So they're like, holy fuck, we have to have this shit.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
And
That it could be
They're
that.
like low-level noobs as well. They're like, what? Their highest guy's like level 7.
Yeah, possible. That could be the case. I'm just saying that like there is zero chance that we ever get fucked doing the dwarf thing
Yeah.
first. Like they can't. The dwarves
Oh.
aren't going to fuck us. The wizards could. Unlikely, but they could.
Okay,
I agree.
quick
Yeah.
question on the rod. Do I get the feeling that they'll know they were under the effect after the 8 hours wear off?
Probably. You know, when the 8 hours wears off and like, why was I such a fanatic about this person? Then again, like if you use the rod of rulership, but then you're just like really cool with them, they might not notice. You know, it depends on the way you go about it. It's very contextual.
Mildly help me with this task.
Yeah, I mean, we can just ask them while they're under the rod of rulership, what are you doing with these books? And then we're good.
Yeah, and that's a pretty. They expect us to get that. I support that. They'd expect us to do that kind of question too. Also, though, if we're gonna go after the deep spawn, I just want to get more intel. We like one
There's
of the
no.
things
Yeah,
we've
we can
been-
always go and ask more questions. It's fine over the deep spawn. Yeah.
I'm saying, like, yeah, one of the things we've been doing that's been really good for us is we've been finding out a lot of information before we go into engagements. That helped us with the undead encounter a lot, and other places too. So if we go visit the gnome, I think the gnome knows everything about the deep spawn. Haven't asked
Okay,
him, so
we're at the no. We're in Yaka.
oh, we are.
You're in Yaka right now.
I visit the gnome. Koibu
Yeah.
loves role playing the gnome.
You find the gnome near the front of the entrance. He's chatting up some other nearby people that have walked around. It's a couple of gatherers who have stopped to talk with the gnome about, you know, this, that, and the other thing. You can wait till the conversation's over, or you can interrupt them. But eventually the gnome will turn to you. I see you've been waiting for me.
We have a relationship, right? I think so.
Yeah.
We talked. We were cool. I gave him
Yeah,
something.
you've met like a couple of times, but it's been like you've met like twice in like a couple of months. So there's a relationship, but it's kind of light.
And I just spend some time in the beginning, and I can roll like a persuasion check to see how well I do this. Just like catching him up on stuff, chatting him up, giving him a good time. Yeah,
Give me a persuasion check. Let's see how friendly you are with this little dude.
+9. Yeah.
Yeah. You get along. He's amicable. You know, dwarves and gnomes are distantly related cousins. It's nice to have someone else kind of similarly related to him around to chat with. You know, you're both short of stature. Neither of you get to making short jokes at each other. It's a nice thing.
Exactly.
There's not so much like racial oppression happening at the moment.
I
It's easy.
hate being oppressed for being short. Every day of my life, I deal with this. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and then like as we're kind of talking, I'll just be like, and that's I remember that one too. Speaking of that, off of the last week or so, we are gonna be going off and we're going to look for a deep spawn.
A what?
A deep spawn. A creature of the great swamps. We know it's an ancient hammer.
terrifying.
Apparently been around for a few thousand years. I'd figure someone as erudite as you might know about it.
I've never heard of a deep spawn. Where is it?
Where is it? It is in. Hang on. Just outside of Porthus, in the swamps there.
The ruined city of Porthus? The
Aye.
ancient city on the western coast?
Aye.
Oh, that place sunk into a swamp long, long ago. I think it's probably still, well, I don't know. It's been a long time, but, it just sank into a swamp. So anything that's made of stone is probably somewhat intact. I don't know. An earthquake might knock stuff over. It could be a ruined city. It could be an intact city. I don't know. It's going to be fascinating.
How
And a
deep
deep
would you say
spawn.
the water is?
Well, if it's a swamp, it's got to be shallow enough for plants to go through it and out of it. So, probably not more than probably a mix of shallow ground that's, only a couple feet. And then possibly some deeper areas that are overhead, relatively overhead. It'll be a mix. Right, that's a swamp. A swamp has plants that grow through it and out, and not just like, otherwise it'd just be a pond or a lake or something.
Aye.
So, it
know
should
ye
be-
anybody who may be familiar with this type of beast?
Deep spawn. I've never heard of such a thing. The people who know the most about such things are probably the Wizards of Riki. They're probably the most influential or knowledgeable about these sorts of things. I've never heard of a monster like this. It certainly isn't a common creature in Arcadia, Bravo, whatever you want to call this island.
Surely. Well, they must have some kind of book, perhaps, the Monsters Compendium or some such.
Oh, what's a book? No, I know what a book is. I'm just kidding. But the rest of these people are dumb. Uneducated. Unprivileged. Yeah. They've just never had the honor of having books in their houses.
Okay. Well, I'll just spend a few more minutes chatting with them, bid them farewell. Come back to the party and tell them, it'd be the Wizards of Nike we're looking for. Riki. That's one. And we're going to be headed over there to find some information about our friend with the dwarven hammer.
Great. Let's use this teleporter.
Oh, that's right. We have that now.
Yes.
We teleport to Riki.
Wait.
Yeah, you need someone to cast a spell for you, but the people here know these things, and it can be done.
If I shoot an
Wait for
arrow into
episode
the
37
water,
where we get a Tesla.
if I shoot an arrow through the water, does it travel like a normal arrow, or does it like shoot through water? Cool.
Arrows through water will be slowed.
Like
an
my,
ethereal
I'm
arrow,
asking if
though.
my ethereal arrows function like.
Oh,
normal.
your ethereal arrows will probably travel through water just fine because they're not necessarily physical, right? They're sort of weird magic
okay.
arrows.
But he says we're not going to be fighting underwater, which is nice.
Well, not for this, but wasn't Acropolis underwater?
Acropolis underwater. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's good enough for the future. And then two more quick things. I just want to make you aware of this so we don't fight about this later. One, I do carry a shield on my character. I have it equipped right now, so I'll announce when I drop it to start fighting, but I walk around with it, okay?
Sure, yeah, you'll have to take it off to fire your bow.
Yep, I see that. Yep, I've got it. I have it equipped right
And
now.
that it's an action to take your shield off.
My understanding is that dropping the shield is a free item interaction.
No, but the shield is strapped to your arm. You'll see in the player's handbook, it clearly states that it is an action to take off a shield.
Is
or
that
to
true?
put a shield
I feel like
on.
we've had the same argument many a time, Koibu, but if that's how you want to rule it, that's fine. I just want to make sure we have it ironed out right now. I feel like we've had... I know that putting
Well,
it on...
we switch between editions and between campaigns.
No, I know.
and
I just want to
sometimes
make sure that we're 100% crystal
Right.
clear.
100% clear.
100%. Because I remember, do you remember the argument that we had on Nevitz? I had a shield and a dagger, and I could drop the shield and then fight with a dagger or something. Or no, I think we'd ruled that in one action, I could drop the shield, draw a second dagger, and fight two-handed in one action. I remember we said that. But I'm just checking. It's 100%.
Well, donning or doffing a shield takes one action. Page 146, player's handbook.
Okay. All right. So we're saying
gonna stick with
removing a
that.
shield takes a full action. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then also, I have 3 different magical amulets on me. The one that I'm wearing is always going to be the one on the top of my character sheet. So I'm wearing
Okay.
my amulet of non-detection. Okay.
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 Sure.
Just making sure we understand.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Got it.
Cool. Got it.
Does the amulet of non-detection prevent scrying from the DM?
I wish that'd be great.
That'd be great. I just want to hide my
Yeah.
character sheet from you, so you can't see my Baba Yaga hut.
So I just can't see that you alter it to have like +10 to hit.
No, I don't want +10 to hit on my hut.
You want your hut? Mm-hmm. I mean, what if Baba Yaga's in it herself? Do you still want to be in it?
Yeah, she's my bro. That'd be sweet. Then we have a wizard.
Okay. I see Corn's wearing this amulet
Like
of
a technical
non-detection,
wizard.
and I point towards my amulet, and I tell him, maybe you shouldn't wear that. My amulet is the elves can scry on me amulet.
The elves can scry on you?
Wait, the
Yes.
elves don't care anymore. Aren't we done with the elves?
I mean, they might still want to tune in from time to time.
Oh wait, we did that thing with them where we said, didn't we set up a specific time and date where we can communicate with them if we need to? We just haven't used it.
Yeah, we can do
Yeah.
a one-way communication on, I think it was the first of the month.
There is here's something that
On the first of the month, I mooned the amulet.
nice. I don't think that I don't know if we completely resolved this, but the elves seemed like they had a vested interest in getting the tablets from us. Was that
No,
just
that
because
was
they
just
were
a test.
testing us? Okay. They didn't actually care about, they don't actually give a fuck about.
No.
Didn't seem like it.
They're already insanely powerful, probably.
Why
Which
did
is also a reason why Riki probably isn't using it for evil, because if they were gathering all the books to destroy the island, the elves would probably try to stop it.
don't elves
Maybe.
normally not give a fuck?
They give a fuck when
They were
something.
testing us for the nymph.
I thought even when shit is really bad. In Lord of the Rings, didn't everybody make fun of the one elf guy because they were like, who cares if man is all going to get killed? Like, fuck him.
Yeah.
We can always like take a boat to the other world or some shit.
Yeah, and these elves don't have like another world to go to, but they live such a long time. Like if the world goes to shit, they just close their borders for like 100 years until there's a regime change and things cools down. again.
Wait, though. Hold on. So this is the same type of immortality as Tolkien, right? They're immortal in age, but if they get their head cut off, they're dead.
These elves will die at like 1,000 years or so. But like,
what I'm
it's
saying
1,000
is,
years,
if
so-
there is something that threatens their life, they fight. It's a big deal, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and they've
okay.
all got like their rangers are all like level 13 or 15 guarding their
Fuck.
borders anyway. So
That's awesome.
they're
Oh,
pretty confident.
Spec Ops dudes.
Okay,
Yeah.
where are we going then? Do we want to go to Riki and talk about the deep spawn?
Yes, that's where we want to go.
Yeah.
Teleport.
I would
Let's
do
do it.
Teleport.
You've got your teleportation portal set up, so it's bloop bloop bloop. You are gone someplace dark.
I love mid-game D&D. It's so good. Holy shit. Koibu set this up so well.
I worked hard. And after a brief eternity, you find yourself in Riki. Underground.
We go to see the wizard.
Yeah, you go to see the wizard, the wonderful wizard of Riki. And I think the main dude is still walking around the world setting up teleportation circles. So you'll still be chatting with the second in command in Riki. Because the big boss is setting shit up.
I shall approach her. Oi, good day to ye.
Good day to you. I'm Bethany, if you don't remember my name. How are you doing, Lord Dwarf?
We are about to embark on another adventure, in fact,
Yes?
and thought you might have a bit of assistance. You see, my little gnome friend in Yaka, over yonder, speaks that you may have a book that speaks of the old deep spawn living outside of Porthus, and
This
what
is
the
one
nature
you
of that
had
creature
us
might be.
scry upon for you.
Do what now?
This is the one that you had us scry upon? You were looking for, I believe, the hammer, a dwarven hammer?
A dwarven hammer, yes.
Yes, and we
very important to
found
my
its-
people.
Yes, we found its location in Porthus, near
Oh,
Deep
that's-
Spawn.
Great. Where is it?
In Porthus, near Deep Spawn. The Hammer of Zorin?
Aye. We are looking for a little bit more information about the
Right.
creature itself.
Right. Well, being wizards, we do have means of communicating across vast distances with people on other continents far, far away, although it is very limited. We have gone out of our way for you to piece together some information on a creature of this capacity. Let me tell you what we know. She will then explain to you in non-game terms, but I'm just going to tell you straight up. The deep spawn is a big boy. It's about 20-something feet across. It's got like 6 tentacly limbs. 3 of them are just like wrappy and can like grab onto objects or people. 3 of them end in like teeth. Then there's all these like eye stalks that come off of it. According to the communications that they've had with other folks, these creatures can breathe air, they can breathe water, they can cast spells. They're known to be able to like read the minds of people that come near them from a pretty good distance. They can cast a version of Hold Person.
They can cast spells?
Yeah, just a few spells. Detect Thoughts, Thunderstep, Hold Monster. Those are the ones that they've identified. Yeah. And it can, cast these spells while underwater, while still making attacks. Let's see.
Do all of its tentacles count as attacks? As 6?
They don't. It's unknown if it gets 6 attacks or maybe it gets 2 or 3. It's definitely more than 1, but it'll make a few attacks per round for certain. They're highly intelligent creatures. Then
Maybe we can talk to it.
Immune.
Magic resistant, so they have advantage in all saving throws against spells and other magical effects.
Holy shit!
And the biggest factor for you is that the non-bitey tentacles are capable of like wrapping around people or objects, which they can then wield. Which she theorizes that it's possible if the deep spawn has been chilling with this hammer for so long, it might be able to use the hammer as a weapon in combat.
Okay. Is it... Can we talk to it? Just have it give us the hammer? If it's intelligent?
It's intelligent, and it can read thoughts. I don't know how you would convince a apex predator monster who has been the lord of its swamp for an eternity to give up something it owns.
I know
how
we could have like, if we had the heads of all the things that we killed, we could have just shown up with like the head of a jungle worm, the head of a dragon and shit like that, and be like, yo, give us this thing or you're next.
I don't know if intimidating something like that.
What do you think it might want, Devin? What could a swamp monster who has a swamp want? Like
fish?
Yep, doesn't he have fish?
Better
right, he's been
fish.
here for like 1,000 years or
A
something.
donkey.
Definitely not.
Maybe he wants a bigger swamp.
Yeah. We
I've
could
seen
offer
this
to
movie.
move him to the swamp of near Embers Keep. It's a bigger swamp.
Onions.
Aren't Embers Keep your people? Wouldn't it be bad to introduce a huge apex predator around where your people live?
Probably,
gonna
but
be-
we can move it to another island and then find it a bigger swamp.
How the fuck are we gonna do that?
How can you possibly relocate a deep spawn, much less get it to trust that you're going to relocate it? Like, that seems like some sketchy ass shit. If someone showed up to your house, Trump, and was like, give me your house and I'll relocate you to a better place.
Oh, a mansion! I like the thought of that.
What if we give it the magic items? If it likes magic items, what if we just give it more magic items? We just give it all of our magic items in exchange for that hammer, and we walk out.
Yeah, good trade.
Like with the ones we don't want, but it doesn't know we don't want. So bracer, spear, like we have a shit ton of stuff. We just come to it and say we offer stuff, and then
We
it
give him the good old 7-for-1 special.
yeah, and then
Right,
if he
right,
doesn't
right.
like it, we whoop his ass.
Bear with me here. We spend a few weeks digging a hole and put a lot of spears in it.
In a swamp,
Well, we'll
let
kite
it just
it.
float over it.
We'll kite it.
I think
Okay.
I think we're down to go see it. We can talk to it and see if it's reasonable, and if it's not, we'll fight it. It's probably reasonable. It's probably just like a cool evil dude. I like evil people want
Nope.
shit too.
Yeah.
Maybe it has a quest for us, something cool like kill all people who are not deep spawn. And we'd be like, okay, maybe. like let's go see what it does. I'm down.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it might work.
Yep, I'm ready to kill it.
Why is there a giant
Me too,
deep
I'm
spot
on
on the
that one.
map?
Yeah, just
I
so you
like-
guys can have a good idea of what it looks like. in case you
Is it
forgot.
that big?
Yes, Devin. It is that big. It covers the island.
That's fucked, dude.
Yep.
The thing looks very. He looks nice.
It's friendly. You know?
Yeah.
Looks like a beholder and a hydra.
A Bahydra. That's what they should have named it. D&D fucked up. Should have been a Bahydra.
Should have been a Bahydra. Yeah.
All right, let's go visit this guy. We don't have a teleporter, so we have to walk there like idiots. But we're pretty. We're not even. Actually, we're at the closest point we can be to walk there right now.
Yeah, we
so
actually
we might
gonna
as
go
well-
there now. That'd be so fucking cool. Like
might as well
literally, like no
leave-
stalling, just straight in. The audience would be so excited.
Well, why don't we take our first break, and when we come back, we will venture to Porthus, probably.
Yeah.
All right.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Empires of Arcadia. Our party gathers forth in Riki. You have all the information you need. You have all the equipment you need. It is just the trip to Porthus.
Trump, you got to tell everybody, right? Yeah.
We talked a little bit about it off stream, and while you were gone, Destiny, so let me catch you up. Here's my proposal. I thought that Flintheart's idea was pretty good. Why kill the deep spawn? Why risk one of us dying when we might be able to negotiate with it? Because we have taken down a similar sized creature before, the Hydra, near Ember's Keep, in 2 turns. So I figure if we go into that thinking about our Hydra fight, since it can read minds, and also thinking about the fact that we want to negotiate, then we might be able to just take the hammer without killing it.
It seems highly unlikely, but we can try it. There's no harm in trying, I don't think.
If we go in, because we know it can read thoughts now, we go in and we're like, God, we're badass. We fucking killed that Hydra in 2 shots. God, we're badass. Remember that time? Actually,
12 seconds.
if it can read thoughts, it may not. That doesn't necessarily mean it can know the legitimacy of those thoughts. Can it detect this deception in thoughts? Can thoughts be deceived? Is that a thing? A thought's a thought, right? You just read the thoughts it's having then. You can't tell if it's a wrong thought. So he could be like, dude, remember that time we killed that fucking ancient dragon? Holy shit. And you like, we cut it off with his head with a sword in 1 shot? That was fucking awesome. And then it'll be like, whoa, those guys are badass. And then it'll just peace out.
I mean, it probably would be like able to, or have a chance to be like, these guys are idiots.
Maybe. But I mean, the important part is to also go in not just saying that, not strictly thinking just that, because then it'll
we could
go
also
fight or flight.
We could also go in and be like, what's up, Mr. Deep Spawn? How you doing? Thinking it. And then it goes, how does it know that I know that what it knows? And then it'll think we're badass based on that.
Yeah, I mean, there's... Anyways.
We're basically like Dormammu.
Option there. Either way, it's going to get the first strike
bargain.
on us. Just so you're okay with that, Destiny. If it decides to attack us, it's pretty much always going first, since it can read our minds and see us coming from like miles away.
Well, we can probably see it from a while away too. It's huge.
It's probably covered by swamp or something.
When the Wizards of Riki had scryed upon it, it was fully underwater, submerged in a murky place.
Oh, it was?
Mm-hmm.
That's not good.
Well, let's go.
Let's go.
Wait,
What?
does it eat anything?
Excuse me?
Does it eat anything?
The deep spawn?
Yep.
Most certainly.
What?
Anything it wants.
We could do the old ant trick. Put a corpse out. Didn't we discuss this? We put something out, lure it out, because we don't have to fight underwater. Because I don't know, like, Koibu's going to have some physics thing about swinging a sword in underwater.
Bludgeoning weapons will be at disadvantage no matter what.
Okay, well, I have to do something real quick. I'll follow the party that wherever we go, okay? Be right back.
Right? Like, so, if it, like, we don't want to fight it underwater if we can avoid it, right?
Yeah.
You will probably have reduced movement if you're underwater.
So can we talk about a way to weed it out?
Well, I mean, it probably can only fight us. Whatchamacallit? It can't reach that far. So it'll have to come out if it wants to fight us.
You want to just solve this problem when we get there?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those you have to be there to see it things, I think.
All right, we go.
Imagine we get really lucky with rolls and kill it in like 2 turns. Koibu would be molding.
We're not gonna. It's gonna cast Meteor Swarm.
Okay, here we go. Let me get a movement. Someone give me a movement roll. Ziz, you're so good with the movement rolls. You become my
Yep.
go-to movement roll person.
/R1d20. Wait, how many?
Let's just do them one tile at a time.
7.
Yeah, cool. And how are you guys moving? You moving quickly? With haste?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's trash.
Okay. So I believe you're moving at 45. So you can do 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2,
Roll
3.
again.
Yep. Roll again. And it's going to be 1, 2, 3. Oops. So yeah, we're going to need up to 2 more rolls. And there we go. So 3 days later, 4 days later, you find yourself at the. You can't actually quite go into that one. It takes too much movement to move into the swamp. You find yourself at the edge of the bamboo forest, gazing into the swamp. You know it stretches all the way around for miles and miles, and that Porthus is a sunken city somewhere in the swamp. You've moved through many of the swamps here. You know the sorts of things that can be found: crocodiles, baby green dragons, electric eel hounds, lizard folk, giant mosquitoes, polycanthes, shambling mounds, maybe a trollaroo, maybe an Ozed, maybe a jungle worm. You know, it's a dangerous area, and the movement is going to be slow and tough, and it's like murky and crappy. Each tile has 20 movement point cost, and I believe you guys are going at 45, so you can do 2, right? Is everyone? What's our lowest movement rate here? I think it is. You're riding your elk, yeah, Devin?
Yes.
Okay, so our lowest movement rate is speed 30, so you guys will be going at 45, so you can do 2 swamp tiles per day. So take it away.
Okay. So this is where we implement Operation Big Stick Diplomacy, where we think about fighting the Hydra, but also, put ideas that we want to negotiate.
My amulet of non-detection only prevents. Oh, okay. So for this, I'll have my ring of mind shielding off, I guess, so he can read my mind.
You want it to read your mind,
I guess, right? Because that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
okay?
Well, maybe it'll be further intimidated if it sees us in the distance and it can't even read one of us's minds. It'll be like, wow,
Yeah,
these
actually,
guys that
I think it's totally reasonable that somebody might have something like that, and I don't want to get fucked if all 3 of you get fucked. So okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
it'll be like, these guys think they're so powerful and I can't even read one of their minds. Holy shit.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Okay. Well, give me a movement roll through the swamp.
Yep. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Actually, swamp movement encounters are different than land. So a
Then it's
3
not
is
it?
not actually an encounter. Go ahead and move yourself 2 swamp tiles.
Yeah. If
Oh,
you were
yeah.
going, yeah, that's fine.
All right. Next day, Zai, give us a d20 for movement.
Okay.
You find the swamp around you to be mostly underwater. There are very, very few patches of dry land, and you're gonna be really looking for these patches of dry land as the sun goes down, so you can make your camp. The endless hum of life here, sort of similar to the jungle. There's always something around, but with this, it's a lot of insects, a lot of mosquitoes buzzing in your ears, and sometimes you'll see the giant ones in a distance, and sometimes you'll just see the regular ones that just buzz around and pick at your flesh and suck you dry. Go ahead and move yourself 2 hexes today. Yeah, and Devin, would you
Hi.
give me a d20 for a d100, would you? And give me just one moment, I'm sorry.
We all have amulet of water breathing, right?
Yeah.
We do. It's an amulet. We should all have those worn right now.
Yeah.
Oh no, we shouldn't. Right,
Sorry,
we
my
can't.
food is here. I got to go pick it up, but then
Okay.
we'll do some stuff.
Yeah, it's fine. How you guys doing?
This might be a good time to see what we have that's available. That's magical. just in case it does want to take the trading route.
I'm gonna hit it with my sword a lot, and then I'm gonna cast a spell.
My only worry right now is so wait, did he say that this thing could have like mind altering things, like that could cast like some kind of confusion or do some weird
No,
shit?
it can only detect thoughts and hold people. Our biggest problem against this thing is CC. It can grapple and it can cast hold.
Yeah.
I don't know how you get around that. Free action won't do it, right?
Free action saves one of us, yeah.
Free action
It
is for
does?
like terrain and stuff, right? Would that really prevent somebody from grappling you?
Yeah, we need to ask Koibu if it does. Koibu, are you there? Okay. Hey, does a ring of free action prevent you from being grappled?
No, it won't prevent you from being grappled, but it'll prevent you from having penalties of moving through water. So someone can
Yeah.
still hold you, but you can't be held by a hold spell.
Ugh, okay, that's rough. Got it.
Oh, which one of us is wearing that one, by the way?
I think Steven has it. I don't know if he's gonna get it.
A ring of free action is what I have right now, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're wearing the free action and a ring, a protection. Is that right?
No, I'm wearing a ring of free action and I'm wearing the ring of mind shielding.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's our biggest problem if we get grappled.
Yeah.
That blows. Yeah. Which
it's life.
yeah, it has 6 grapples.
I
at
mean,
least,
if it does
and then
grapple,
it
you
has
can still
spells.
attack. So you just attack it
Oh.
while you're grappled.
Okay.
Steven,
Unless it restrains, but we'll get there.
1d4 minus 1.
Do I need to roll low or high?
Do you want to fight more or less monsters?
I want to fight more. So roll me a 4. God damn it.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow, I can be a 0. That's awesome.
No, 0's round to 1, unfortunately.
What?
They do. They do.
That's bullshit.
Minimum number
This
for
is
your
bullshit.
encounter is 1. So it's on this day. Who's got your highest perception check in the party? Whoever's got the highest perception, make it at -5 because you're moving quickly.
I have 6.
Right.
I have 8. I'll make the check.
I have.
Jesus.
That is terrible. You rolled a 3. No one sees this coming.
And I had a +8, so I already accounted
Oh,
for
you already accounted.
That's
Well,
it.
aren't you just Mr. Smarty Pants? I am bringing your characters onto this map. And we got a Zai and an elk for Devin to ride. So you're walking through this gross, nasty swamp. You know, it smells. There are snakes cruising around in here. You know, it's kind of sketchy as shit. Some of these snakes are clearly venomous. Some of them are probably not. You know, you'd need a bajillion amount of snake venom to really do anything useful with it these days for the things you're fighting. And it's as you're walking through a section of swamp. Where are we? Right over here. That something leaps out at you. But just one thing, as we established. And for our purposes, you guys are heading leftward. Come on, Devin.
What am I doing?
That's Corin. I was just trying to move some tokens around to make it look like you guys are going left. There you go. Now you're on your elk. You guys are doing this. Coming out of the water is none other but our favorite psychic monkey, an Ozed. And it's a real shame you only rolled 1 because you could have had 3 Ozeds coming for you right now.
Was it like Pikachu when he sees us because we're just like radiating power?
Can I just intimidate this bitch off the board?
Maybe. It has an ambush on you because you guys botched your perception check so very badly. And this Ozed doesn't know anything about you guys. This Ozed is just lurking under the water. And you guys are approaching. You're walking through its domain. And it spots you guys. And it thinks to itself or talks to itself about here are some predators. Here are some smart people. Oh, look, they're radiating large amounts of magic. Whoa, those are really large amounts of magic. Well, they could be our large amounts of magic. And so the Ozed is going to open up with a... should roll some initiative. I'm going to ask... Target must make a saving throw. You over here. Who's this? Axe Boy. Axe Boy, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Is he in range of me? He would be.
Is
right?
he within 10 feet of you? He's 12.5.
Wait,
Is your
you're the
orc
one
still
moving
10
us.
feet? Well, I was just, throwing everyone on the map kind of randomly.
We would normally be within range
He would
of each
normally be
other.
within 10 feet of me for sure.
Everyone, like, Devin's in the center of the party, and everyone stands within 10 feet of Devin at all points in time, no matter what happens. As you walk for days and days and 8 days,
no.
one's
Yeah,
never more
exactly.
than 10 feet from Devin.
Exactly.
If we are walking into a place where we expect to fight, yes.
Yeah, of course.
We would
I
do
don't know
that
where our
formation.
characters are, by the way.
Wait, what are we arguing specifically about our position right now?
Whether or
think
not
that
everyone
we're
surrounds
traveling-
Devin all the time.
Yeah, when we're traveling into dangerous territory, I think we would do a triangle formation around Flintheart.
Okay.
I mean, he literally is like an aura powering us. It seems like that would be like pretty reasonable, right?
Yeah.
So maybe
I'd probably usually lead the group.
2 of you in the front, 1 of you in the back.
Yeah, this looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Well then. That was an 18 on your save, and our creature needed you to save against a... Oh, you definitely pass. Lucky for you, he has yet to actually get off a phantasmal killer spell, which is really great. You know, that would just bring you out of combat basically the entire time. It'd be wonderful. It would be wonderful. But the Ozed pops out of its swamp, out of its like little lurking spot, leaps over here towards you, and will open up with all of its attacks. 3 attacks, 1 with its tail, 2 with its bash. So it will start with a tail attack against you, a 13 to hit, and then it will bash and bash for a 19 and a 12. Only the 19 will actually do damage. You will take 10 bludgeoning damage. And we will roll for initiative. 1 person on the team.
Funny.
Oh, all right, Thorbjorn. Show him how it's done.
All right.
All right. As we get ambushed, I call out real fast. Let me go first. I take out this rod from my bag, and I raise it up. I am your rightful ruler, Ozed, I say, as I activate it.
Okay, it'll make a DC 15 wisdom saving throw. Since it is actively fighting you, it'll have advantage on the check. But it's still only a DC 15. So here we go. It passes, even without advantage. It ignores you.
I will
It
take
does not believe your commands.
1 full action to remove my shield, and then I
you.
will action surge, and I'm going to take 2 shots with my ethereal bow.
Remember,
All right.
we all have inspiration.
You do. 28 and 30 are easy hits on the Ozed. You'll pop it for 29 damage. It takes about a quarter, what is this, a fifth of its HP? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about a fifth of its HP in a single blow. And
I would
all
like-
4 eyes go wide with the like, oh yeah, they've got a lot of magic items. Oh shit.
I would like to do a tripping attack as well. My first superiority dice.
So that's another 9 damage.
Yeah, well, the first one, yes, I want to make a save against a trip attack.
And that
I'm
is
like
a
lagging
strength
really bad.
save.
The fuck?
That will be a fail. So
That's
it'll
a-
actually fall prone.
This is a
with the first
large
attack.
This is a large creature, right?
It is a large creature.
Okay, so because if it was huge, it wouldn't be able to be tripped. Okay.
that,
Then for the second attack, I guess I'd like to use a goading attack.
Mm-hmm.
And so he needs to make a wisdom saving throw. If he fails, then he has disadvantage on everybody except for me.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw. 12 is a fail.
Cool.
It wants to target you.
Then I will
Coming
move.
for you.
Yeah. How close do we have to be to Devin for the aura to take effect?
10 feet.
Okay. I'll move like here, I guess. No way.
I'm trying to
Right here.
move in, but I was lagging really bad.
Can somebody move behind it?
Oh, then I'll just move here then. Okay, sorry.
I'm trying to.
You don't,
I
he doesn't
can't-
need to. He's not prone right now. You'll get advantage anyways. Doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, true. Okay, I rage. And I'm just gonna attack 4 times.
Koibu, I think something with this map is like hosing me, man.
Okay, that's for all of us. I think it's just too large
Really?
or something.
I cannot move my character. It's taking like 30 years.
I can.
That is weird.
I attacked 4 times. They're all hit.
It's a really big map.
Zoom in more. Maybe if you're zoomed out, it's trying to load all the assets.
No,
at
I
once.
mean, it's a really big map. That's probably why it's lagging.
I think I'm about
Oh
to.
wait,
yours.
he's right. If I zoom in, it fixes it.
Okay.
Kind of.
That-
It's the map.
problem
It's
when
such
it
a
tries
huge map.
to look at too many different assets at the same time. But
Yeah.
9 should normally work fine. Okay.
Okay, I do.
21, 20, 20, 23. For
I
and
do
those are all
89.
plus 89, really?
How can that be? How did he get 2 attacks?
I
For
did
each one?
4.
How did you do 8 rolls of damage?
No, they're rage damage too.
He action surged.
He attacked 8 times? I just don't get it.
I attacked
No,
4
no, no.
times.
He attacked 4 times.
Okay, but he had 8 rolls of damage. 211, 220, 217, 215.
Yeah, but the 2 is the rage attached to the 11 roll. So that's 11
Oh,
plus
I'm
2
an
for
idiot.
rage.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. Mhm.
Yeah, 83 damage.
What the fuck?
You fixed your map and now mine's lagging.
No, I mean, it's
Okay,
still lagging for us.
Sure. Well, it wasn't for me, but now it is. So 83. And was there anyone else have an attack this round?
Yeah, I do.
Wait, subtract the health first.
I'm working on it, but it's lagging hard.
Yeah, it's really bad. I'll hit twice. 23, 26.
Yes. Okay. Well, we shouldn't even have bothered going to the map. Ozeds are apparently not even a problem for you. You guys hack it to bits the moment it shows up, and the creature regrets its life choices. You guys are not the hopefully easy prey that it had desired. The Ozed goes down. You guys can continue your march through the swamp.
Okay. That was a day, right? So on the next day, we'll move into the Porthus square.
Yep. That's going to be the next day.
Okay. Since we'll do the default movement for that one, which is just a normal move, I think. We can't move carefully, can we?
You still have to actually go to this square and then here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whatever, we'll go recklessly. Who cares?
You could take an extra day to move carefully, or to do not careful, but move appropriately.
I mean, it'll see us coming no matter what, so we should just recklessly go.
Well, it might be. What is the range of a mind read?
We don't know, but it was said to be far.
I mean,
need
like-
5 minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay. It might be that like approaching slowly at least gives us a contested roll for an ambush, as opposed to going in like quickly might not at all. I don't know if it would matter at all.
On the other hand, moving recklessly backs up our story that we're not really scared.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
That's some deep meta thinking. Okay, give me another day of movement then, Zai.
Great. We move to the Porthus square. Here's a roll, even though I suspect it won't matter.
Oh, that's a good luck roll.
Give me a D100 as well, Zai.
Okay.
Giant mosquitoes. I'm not gonna worry about them. They're around. You swat them. Okay. You come to the ruins of Porthus. You can tell because you'll see a few structures sticking out of the swamp, overgrown with vines, little cattail reeds growing up all around them. There'll be sections of cleared area followed by sections of trees and reeds and vines and whatnot. And when you walk through these cleared areas, you can kind of feel your feet slipping on mud, but then like below the mud, there's some sort of hard surface substrate down there, probably like, what would you call it? Like cobblestones or some sort of hard floor, a foundation to something. And if you dig around with your toe in the mud, eventually you can come to something super solid, whereas the rest of the swamp has just been like silty and soft as far as your toes will go. Here you find yourself in the ruins of an ancient town. What would you guys like to know about this area? What are you looking for?
This place is pretty not looted, right? Because like normally stuff's been picked over, but my guess is that this place hasn't.
That's a nice educated guess.
Are there any structures intact that you can go into?
There will... you do see a domed building off into the distance, maybe, like 600 feet or so. And the building is clearly like tilted because you can see one of the straight flat walls that holds up the dome is at like a, like a 65-degree angle. And then the dome kind of comes off and sinks below the water. And there's like a big fissure running through the dome where part of it has collapsed into the water itself. That's the closest thing to an intact building. Otherwise, you get like random sections of walls, maybe an archway over here, a couple of columns that are like tilted over, something that has like had plants grow around it, maybe like a small pyramid that's been wrapped in reeds and vines.
Okay, so we probably do want to check out that dome, but I'm going to pitch to the party here. I think we want to go with our plan of just making ourselves known. Perhaps we have Thorbjorn, who I imagine has the loudest booming voice. Shout out. We've come to talk.
We've come to negotiate. Yes,
Exactly.
but and we can think really loudly about that too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm sure Thorbjorn would agree to that if he was here.
Cool.
I'm sure he
Sledar,
would.
You're allowed too. Why don't you do us the honors and announce our arrival?
I can, and I could even roll like I'm trying to use my persuasion and intimidation skills more quick.
I have come to bargain.
All right. How did he hear us?
I had stream open while I was dying.
Okay.
Damn, that's metal, dude. That's okay. Cool. So you
Yeah, I think what you said was fine.
we're going to be. I'm trying to use my persuasion and stuff checks more often.
Yeah, this would
Because-
probably be a good persuasion check. So
Yeah,
I guess
because
we
I
can
have
do
so much bonus to them, I took them and I might as well use them.
it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I will do that now. You want me to RP it?
Standing in the ruins of Porthus, nothing but swamp and falling buildings around you. You holler out across the waters. What do you holler?
Oi! Creature of the deep, bro! We come to bargain. We want none to be harmed. We are quite strong, and so are you. No blood needs be shed this day, for we can trade and be on our way.
Wonderful. Would
Oh, that's a
everyone
roll.
PM me what your characters are thinking while you're doing this?
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want you guys like saying it because then you'll feed off of what each other are saying and you'll develop a
Okay.
pattern or something. So just PM me on Discord. What's going through your characters' minds right now? Devin.
I'm doing a real one. Yeah.
Devin!
I'm telling you the real one. I swear to God. Hang on just a second.
Sinks into the swamp. Forget him. You don't need the dwarf anymore.
Did he ask for the Baba Yaga hut?
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Wait, can I just think like a variation of what I'm saying? Isn't that fair? Like,
Sure,
Yeah.
yeah. You can tell me whatever's going through your mind right now. Maybe it's
Okay.
what you're saying. Maybe you're saying something, but like at the same time, there's something else that you're thinking about. Okay.
I think it's good.
Okay. Okay. All right. I see what's going on. I see what's happening in your minds. Um, so you call this out across the water, your voice booming, and then goes quiet. The surface of the swamp is still motionless. Not a ripple from the deep spawn below. Maybe there's like a snake swimming by. That's about it, though.
Did you see my persuasion check?
I do see your persuasion check, and that's very good. I mean, okay. So, you're in the ruins. You've called out, but there's still no sign of it. You know?
Okay, I'll
hasn't
add
surfaced.
onto it. There's only one thing we seek here. That's the hammer. You've lived here for thousands of years, and I hope you can continue for thousands more. If you give us what you if you give us what we seek, and we're happy to trade you for it. May this be a fruitful, long life for all of us.
Let's make another die roll over here. Interesting. Okay. You call out. It's a psychic creature. If it's here, it's probably heard you, right? So that's the thought. But it hasn't made its presence known to you. It hasn't showed itself to you.
How come?
What do you think is going on here? Yeah, that's what I'm asking you. Why hasn't it showed itself to you yet?
Do you think this guy can
probab-
hide? Is he invisible? What do you guys think?
I think we are offering a pretty compelling argument. So he's either not here or he's dead. Dead. Yeah. I mean, like, think about it though. He's probably like, no one's seen this thing for thousands of years. He might just be dead. He's just fucking dead, and that's it.
Nice. That'd be pretty cool.
How cool would that be? Like you arrive and he's dead. It's been a while. He's dead.
Koibu, can you give us an estimate on how far our voice echoes across this swamp?
Well, you've got a dwarf and you've got Thorbjorn, so like it'll echo pretty far. I mean, not echo because there's not like large walls, but
Yeah.
it'll reach
Sorry.
at least a few hundred yards.
Okay. Great. Well, let's go to its home in that dome structure thingy.
Wait, you think it lives in the dome?
I mean, it's the only thing that's standing. If I had to take a guess, it would be in there.
We go to the dome.
Okay.
We're doing the
guys
triangle
can-
formation with Devin in the middle.
Right. You guys can reach the domed building and go on in and through. There's a doorway with no door left in it. And the building's pretty open and empty. The terrain's a little rocky, and then it like descends into swamp. And then you can feel like the fallen bricks from the dome that kind of make the ground here difficult, except for the person with the ring of reaction. You're totally fine. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 sort of rooms left in this building, but there's not much here. You find a couple of crocodiles napping in one room. One of them like lazily opens an eye as you guys walk past and like keeps one eye on you. The other eye's shut. The other crocodile's passed out. You can see that there's just reeds and maybe a little animal burrow in another one. The other rooms are just watery all the way through, difficult terrain underneath. The whole back side of this domed building has completely fallen away, and the dome like ends maybe 4 feet above the water line, so you could just walk out the backside except for these like 2 large posts that still remain.
Okay.
All around you is mix of dry land and wetland.
It occurs to me that we should have talked about this before we got here, but I think Flintheart's character is smart enough to have done this. You have locate object, right?
It depends if I have it prepared.
Well, I mean, we've walked here for a week. I would argue that we came here with the idea of.
I do have it prepared.
Wait, even if you didn't, it's just
thank
one
God.
night to do it, right? Does it?
No, it takes
it's
a whole
a long
week.
rest.
Yeah,
Oh.
but I did prepare it. I did prepare it.
Okay, that's good.
Rather, I forgot to unprepare it for something better, and by doing that, I actually have prepared it. So I've gone full circle in my uselessness to become useful.
Wow.
Yep,
That's amazing.
that's my strat.
Okay.
I can indeed cast that spell at will, if you wish. It has to be within 1,000 feet.
Yeah.
I can only cast it 3 times, and it also lowers my combat effectiveness every time we do it. Remember?
Yeah. How? Let's see. What's the radius of the Porthus ruins?
Zai, make me a wisdom saving throw while you ask this question.
That's cool.
Wisdom saving throw. Checking the aura. 12.
Okay, continue talking while I just sort some things out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I look around and see how far the Porthus ruins extend in terms of radius.
I look up. What's up?
So Zai, you definitely feel something probing into your mind, something digging around in your brain.
Okay.
Another creature. The creature can use its action on its turn to make an intelligence check contested. So if you wish to try and force this thing out of your brain, you can make an intelligence check, not an intelligence saving throw.
Let it in, dude.
Or you can let it stay in your mind. But there's something here, and it's reading your brain.
I think it's to my benefit for it to be in my mind right now, so I'm gonna let it stick until something for now.
Sure. So you were asking him about
as they say.
Yeah, you were asking him about detect magic, and what did you say, Devin? You said you looked at the sky.
I want to look up.
You're inside. You see a cracked dome. There is mold and moss sort of growing on it, but you can see that there was tile work under there, some sort of mosaic with what was probably blue sky in the center, and then off to the side there's some sort of mountain range and a staff sticking out, but the rest of it's covered with moss and mold and lichen. No lichen, but
I'm watching you, dude. I know I'm gonna look up, and it's a giant ox. It's it just falls, and then everything, and then we just die. It gets
no,
8
it's certainly
support.
not on the ceiling.
That's where I would put it if I was
Definitely
you.
Okay, so I was looking around outside. Well, I point the party outside first. Are the ruins of Porthus more than 1,000 foot radius?
Probably. You're having a hard time judging the bounds of the city because it'll be here's a column and then there's nothing, but then way over there's another column, and is that the same part of the city, or is that an outlying building?
Okay, but this is the most noticeable landmark of Porthus that we see.
The domed building? Yes, that is the one semi-intact building.
Okay, Flintheart, I think here would be a good place to cast Locate Object.
Flintheart, would you give me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Good luck. I have a plus 80 to that,
Yeah, but you could roll a 1.
or not. I can roll a
You
28.
could also not roll a 1.
I go into its mind. What's it thinking?
It tries to probe your brain, and you can just lock it out right away.
I'm like, hey, how you doing? I see you there. Come out and we'll talk about it.
Okay. So you cast your spell, locate object, right?
Should I? Does everyone think I should?
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you said you declared it already.
I have not yet. I just checking with the party. Party thinks I should?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, I do. I cast locate object.
It's right in front of you, 30 or 40 feet. It's
Oh, that's
right-
useful. That's good to know.
Oh my
So
god.
it's invisible. It's right there. Yeah.
It's it could be underwater. It's out this direction, 60 feet or something.
I know
It's
the
gotta be,
exact location of it.
It says exact.
Yeah.
It's right here. Yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
This is the spot within 5 feet. You know,
Wait, like float, like up. What's the z-axis or whatever? Like, is it
Yeah.
up or down or what?
it's
Like-
down. It's in the water straight
Yeah.
ahead.
I
Okay,
drew a
so it's
square
50.
where it is.
It's okay, so it's 55 feet below. And how many feet below is it in the water?
I don't think you get that.
Really?
Can I yell
I know the
out?
direction.
To the object. If
You can
it's
locate the
motion-
specific object known to you as long as you've seen it up close.
can
within
I,
20
Yeah, but you just get a direction,
Oh.
so you actually don't know it's within 50 feet. You just know it's like
it's
in this direction.
In this direction, but it's very
Okay.
close.
That way.
Yeah. Okay.
If
Yeah,
I'm
you
wearing
get a
my
strong
crown, I can like talk to it like no matter if it speaks like common or whatever, right?
The crown that lets you speak all languages.
Yeah.
As long as it speaks the language, you may speak with it.
Okay, cool.
really high.
I just like push that on and I yell out. We see your tentacles. We know that you're right in front of us. Come out. Either give us the mace or we will come and take it. This is better for you. I mean, I really want some trophies. I want to take your head off, but you know, if you give us the hammer, we'll let you live. But we'll let you ride there.
You too feel something probing at your mind, and if you would like to block it out, you can make me a wisdom saving throw.
I don't. I let it willingly probe my mind, and I yell out, "Read my mind and fear me, for I am from Forfjord."
Maybe we should
can
have given
test-
him the hat.
Yeah, after
We should have given
Thornborn
Trump the hat.
finishes
Yeah.
speaking his, I say, "How barbaric! We are here to deal with the denizen of Porthus in a civilized manner."
And Corin, last but not least, give me a wisdom saving throw as the creature shifts to think about your thoughts.
Is it able to do that through the ring of mind shielding?
Oh, no, you're right. You have a ring of mind shielding. You notice that something tries to get in, but it's like a solid wall, right? You can hear someone knocking at the door, and you can tune them out as you please.
No salesman. No
Now it
soliciting
is
allowed.
my pleasure to offer you some tea.
That would be fucking metal if this thing drinks tea with us. I'm good. That's my D&D session.
You offer the deep spawn tea.
Oh shit.
Yes, I
anyone
offer
done
the
this
deep
before?
spawn tea.
Wait,
Are
is
you
it
the
you
first-
saying that?
Yeah,
Or
it's
it-
Neil saying that. That's Neil.
Okay.
Right? Is this the first time in D&D history that somebody has offered the deep spawn tea?
Probably
Yes.
not a D&D history.
Yeah, no one has ever offered a deep spawn tea. I can say that with 100% accuracy.
Let's go.
Never in the history of humanity. This is the first unique thing under the sun in about 1 million years.
Pretty much.
Okay. Why don't we take our last break right now?
Oh! What if it has tea with us? And it's like, I've just been
Have a tea
misunderstood.
party.
I really been
I'll be right
misunderstood. Everyone just thinks that I'm a bad guy, and they really don't understand. Life's very difficult for the deep spawn. And he's just like a chill dude.
All right, we'll be right
Yeah.
back. 1 sec.
Yeah. Go.
Yeah, man. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Empires of Arcadia. You're in the swamp. You know the deep spawn is here. It's reading your minds. You're all
So,
sort of communicating.
Very
to it.
importantly, while I was mentioning tea, my mind like raced back to Ember's Keep, where we had them craft the giant tea set for the giants. I know we were there at the time. I think we specifically, we didn't specifically say I pick up the set, but can we have picked up the set?
Yeah, you've got your set.
Okay.
Travel around with it.
I promise you that you've never had this taste before, as I just kick up some wood and I light up a campfire.
All right. You begin to
And-
light a fire.
Yeah, I
Yep.
pour out some water, put some tea leaves in, very big portion for a big guy.
Mm-hmm.
And, we just sit around for 10 minutes, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So we're giving it 10 minutes to surprise us if it wants to.
It does not pop out of the water to surprise you, nor does it come and sip any tea. It
Well,
ignores
I mean,
your parlay
understandable.
request.
It just finished. So now I take up the giant tea set, I pour out the tea, I walk about 10, I walk onto that area, I guess with the rock in it, and I put the tea cup right there on top of it. I say, "You have not lived until you have tasted this tea."
The little mouth pops out. And
Then I back up. A respectful distance.
Oh wait, I was muted. You should drink from it to prove that it's not poison.
If he's reading his mind, he should know.
We
it's
did,
not
You can
we
poison.
read
drank
my
from it.
mind, but
If he's reading your mind, you should know it's not poisoned, right?
But we also were drinking it for like the last little while too.
as you mentioned that, though, I will take a quick sip of it and say, delicious. Come, my friends, maybe we should give it some distance. And I mentioned them to walk back like 20, 30 feet.
Sure. And thus far, the only offer you've made to the creature is that you want the hammer, and you have offered it tea.
We can lay out the magical items.
Let's place the magic items on the ground.
Yeah. And then it lays down the hammer. We then lay down the magical items and then peace out.
Tea's the first step. The negotiations come second.
All right.
Okay, I'm in back with Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys can step on back, and sure enough, after you've all retreated far enough, you're all staying within 10 feet of the dwarf, though. A single tentacle slips out of the water, grabs the cup of tea, and then it brings it underwater, but then the tea just mixes with all of the swamp stuff. The creature itself does not emerge all the way out, but it grabs the teacup and brings it down with it into the darkness, into the swamp. A frog
Cool.
ribbits nearby.
It ruined my tea.
And your cup.
Yeah, but it liked it.
I guess.
How about we all concentrate and think about the hammer, and then we put down some magical objects and we trade.
It knows we wanted. Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to make our offer. What are we willing to offer it? What do we got?
All of the magic items. My dragon scale mail, the bracers.
Well, I mean, we gotta think about what this guy wants. You gotta think about what they want.
Yeah, why isn't it talking to us? Ask it what it wants. We ask it what it wants.
I'm
Yeah.
still wear the crown at the moment until combat.
We've come a long distance. Why don't you tell us what you're looking for, and we'll trade you for the hammer.
You are a creature of great power. Surely, you could use something. A couple of braces for those tentacles would look mighty great on it. I did see one of those tentacles. It was quite lovely. Looked good
You're
with a
pretty
brace
sure
on it.
the bracers wouldn't work on the creature.
But
You
they
could,
look good.
Clasp
It's all
them.
about fashion.
Yeah.
That's the true end game of
Something
any
tells
game.
you the swamp dwelling creature doesn't care about fashion either.
What if it likes to bling?
You're fairly confident that if it has access to all of this stuff and the arm that it showed you wasn't covered in bling, then bling's probably not its thing. Because if it was, it would have like showed off as much bling as possible when reaching out, right?
I imagine, what was that movie with the crab out of the ocean that does the song and it has like all the gold that it has?
Well,
Was it Nemo?
Moana.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it was the Moana. Yeah, it has like, it's like the crab with
I
all
love
the
that
gold.
song, Shiny.
Yeah. Like you come down. Did you see that, Koibu? He comes down into the, like, she comes down in the ocean. There's just this crab there, and he sings about his gold for like 20 minutes. It's just like half the movie.
Amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah. So we've got, it doesn't want bracers, is what you're saying?
It can't use bracers. You're very confident about that. It doesn't have arms.
Okay, I've got an idea on what something like this might like. So I tell you, from all the way across the other side of the ocean, I bring to you a light stone, and then I set the light stone on the rock.
Oh yeah, it doesn't know that thing is worthless.
Then I go back.
It might think
Set
it's
a
really
Oh,
light
cool.
stone.
Yeah, those stones are cool. Like I remember trading for. We tried to trade for as many of those as possible back.
It used to
in
be
the day.
busted.
They're busted.
Things are OP.
It doesn't go for the light stone. It's a creature of darkness. It lives underwater in murky areas. Light is sort of
Gems.
its antithesis.
Maybe it wants gems.
Oh, why can't we ask it?
Well, you have been calling out to it. It hasn't spoken to anyone, and it's stayed underneath the water where you can't see it. It doesn't seem to be coming forward to like have a conversation like a humanoid would. Then again, it's not a humanoid.
Even if we ask it what it wants?
You have, I believe, asked it what it wants, and it hasn't like popped up to say like, "Yo, give me that thing, brah." You know, it's definitely not a human thing. It's a weird creature.
Doesn't it?
And
It speaks, doesn't it? It can speak.
It can understand you. It can probably speak.
It has mouths. So it
Has
just doesn't
many
want
mouths. Well, it might be shy. Who knows? No. Maybe it's
I'd say-
afraid if it comes out, you're gonna attack it. Maybe it's waiting to see what you have to offer. Maybe it's probing your mind and trying to look for weaknesses.
I think we should put down some of the like magical items and see if it likes magical items. So it likes the hammer.
Yeah, a capital idea. Well,
to. Okay, but I don't want to put them in range of the thing that it just takes them, and then it's like,
Why?
fuck you. Because it just takes them. Then we're fucked.
yeah, of
It's
course.
not a
We-
trade. It just takes it.
Okay, well,
Right?
But then we can kill it if we really have to.
No, if it's gonna just take it, it's like it did with the teacups. It just, oh, it's mine now. Like, boop, and then we're like, fuck. And then it's got magical items, so we can just put them on the ground next to us, and then we'll be like, here they are, and then it can look at them through our mind.
Maybe we'll show and hold out the magical items and ask for some sort of
Okay.
indication.
Well, I
This
mean,
is
I'll
basically a
start.
QVC show.
Yeah.
And over
I
here
think
we
the-
have a cloak
think
of
the
protection.
I believe technically the largest item we have that's super magical would be the +3 dagger. +3 is like super magical. from
Oh,
what I
that's bad. It wants that. That's actually like a legit thing. Show
Yeah,
it
yeah.
that. We show it the
I-
dagger.
The point of Corin, I believe this is one of our finer treasures. Can you bring out the +3 dagger?
Doesn't really look like he's too interested, but I draw the +3 dagger and I guess twirl it around a little bit and show Zai.
Yeah.
Show the
I look
squid.
at it and say, ooh, now, isn't this something worth your consideration?
So you're just gonna like offer it one thing at a time until it accepts your offer?
We're starting with the
approach-
dagger. We'll
I
see
mean,
what
if it would
happens.
talk to us, if you, I can understand your shy. If you would talk to us, we would be able to move things along faster, my friend.
I think we should just like hold out all the
And
magical
furthermore,
items.
don't worry. I understand you probably haven't drunk tea very often, but you need to be at the surface to enjoy the liquid.
Like a highly intelligent monster, and you're like mansplaining how to drink tea to him.
I mean, I don't know. It's lived underneath water the whole time.
That's true. That's true. It might not understand how to drink water because it lives in it all the time.
Exactly.
All right. The creature sort of comes to the surface. You can see one of its tentacle stalks comes out, one of its eye stalks pops out, and one of its mouth stalks pops out. And the three
Progress.
sort of wave around, looking out at you guys from a distance of, what are we now? Like 70 feet? 80 feet? 60 feet.
It's a lurker.
Hello.
It's great to see you. I said.
Great to see you. Hey, man.
The mouth just opens and gives like a soft hiss.
Wait, do I understand what he's saying?
You do, actually, because it doesn't speak common. It sort of hisses in its own weird, deep spawn languagey thingy, and it sort of hisses out a hard to translate, but something on the along the lines of "I see you too." Not kind of a greeting. Not
Yo,
quite
this
so
is
friendly.
this is some Pocahontas shit. That's how
Wait,
Avatar started.
I think back. Do I feel like it's in my mind right now?
No, you do not feel like it is in your mind right now.
Okay, I start doing this. I start indicating my mind to try to make it like go into my mind while thinking that I can
Yes.
understand it.
Yes, it will probe into your mind, and
Okay.
if you intentionally fail your save, it can read your thoughts.
Yes. I think back that I can understand it. And that we're willing to offer, like, the only thing we want is the hammer, and we're willing to give it powerful magical items for it. And I make sure that it, like, understands that I understand it. I can hear
It will hiss again at you, which your crown will translate for you as something to the effects of, the magic I have is great and potent. You couldn't possibly trade anything of equal value to it.
I pull out the, like, magical spear that's, like, super powerful with the bleed effect.
Ooh, the spear of piercing.
And, yeah.
And you think on its thought actions and abilities and...
Yeah. And I also look at the dagger and make sure that it knows that that's there too.
It's a +3 dagger. Okay. It'll hiss again. This time when a second mouth pops up. And they hiss in unison. And the translation comes through as, I have 3 arms, yet I see but 2 offerings. I know this hammer is of importance to you, and I know my swamp well. In a fight, you will never find me.
What else can we give it?
Are you asking us?
Yeah.
What does it want? More items from us? What more does it need?
One more,
Yeah, it seems-
one more weapon.
It really just wants 3 magic weapons? Can we just offer him any 3 magic weapons for the hammer then?
Yeah, sure. I'll toss in the spear I have in my bag. It's a spear
It's just
of
a regular.
+1.
+1. All right, so you're offering a +2 spear of piercing, a +1 spear, and a +3 dagger for the hammer of Zorin.
That's a badass trade. The spear,
It is a
the spear
badass
of
trade.
piercing is a fucking.
I actually really wanted it, but I mean, it's for the hammer.
Yeah, wait, I kind of want
So-
my dagger too. I might have just killed this motherfucker, but let's see what he says.
We've never talked about what the hammer of Zorin is. We've kind of always like said we'll talk about it when we get closer to it, but maybe now
Sure.
is the time that we should have mentioned what it is, because the dwarf certainly knows about this legendary hammer.
Oh.
Is +5 to hit and damage. On a hit,
Oh,
all
shit.
creatures within 20 feet of impact, except for the caster, must make a DC 15 con save or be stunned for 1 round and take 3d6 thunder damage.
What the fuck?
The person who is being hit by the hammer has a save of 18 instead of 15. So
Oh, I'm
it is a
sorry.
powerful
I was
weapon.
under the impression it was a ceremonial thing.
Isn't
No,
that
no,
the
no,
strongest
it's a
weapon
magic
in
hammer.
your game?
It's probably the strongest weapon that you guys are going to come across.
That thing is nuts, man.
Yeah, but you are
Um,
offering it 3 different weapons with
Wait,
a
wait,
total
wait.
bonus of 6.
Also plus, yeah.
This changes everything. How about
Well, I mean, if I knew how good it was, I wouldn't have lowballed that much. So,
I don't think we're lowballing. I think we're offering it like the
Yeah.
spear of piercing is from a fucking ancient queen. It's at least as old as the hammer is.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we're not lowballing, but I was like, okay, fine, we'll throw in the +1 spear. But now I see it actually wants to trade in kind of good faith.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask, basically going through Thorbjorn. Is it only interested in weapons, or is it also interested in other magic?
I try to I try to communicate that. I ask like if it only wants weapons or if it's interested in like gems, other magic items.
The hissing comes back. This is just a few little short spurts, which translate as weapons, rings, scrolls. I can't wear amulets. I can't use powders in the swamp.
I can't use
wear
amulets?
armor.
Did you say it can't use
Oh.
amulets?
No, it doesn't have a neck. There's no neck slot on the creature.
Does
Unfortunately,
we can't see the hammer, right? It hasn't brought it out. It's still hidden.
has not brought out the hammer.
We know it's there because I located it.
Yeah,
What about
Definitely.
giving it the ring of reaction?
wielding it.
No, that ring is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I know. So's the hammer.
Do
I
we?
don't-
Do
At
we?
some point, we just whack it if we're gonna give it all this shit, because like
Well, like,
it's already got a really good deal.
how much does this hammer weigh?
It'll be about the same as any other Warhammer.
Okay, so
Which
it's not like a
is-
300-pound hammer, or some crazy.
No.
Mjolnir.
Okay.
Thorbjorn, you should ask it to show us the hammer. I don't believe this creature actually has it with him.
Okay, I try to communicate to ask if we can like see the hammer to make sure it has it.
You know I have it. It whispers at you. It hisses at you. And I know you know I have it.
Yeah, we do know.
We don't know. We know that something that looks like the hammer might be something he possesses. He should allow us to inspect the hammer. We're all standing here as upstanding men, willing to trade.
Yeah. Let's see. I believe you mentioned. Let's see. Did he say gems? He did, right?
Yeah.
He did not say gems.
Oh.
He did not mention
Oh.
gems at all. He spoke it spoke only of weapons, rings, scrolls.
Potions?
If you suggest potions, it will accept them as well. Yes. Yes, it can use a potion. It can know. It knows how to drink.
It doesn't accept the 3 weapons deal. It doesn't want that.
It is, it hasn't made up its mind yet. It could still be accepted, or
Let's sweeten
Let's
the
think
deal
about
by
things
adding
for a
like
while, right?
something.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you asked for 3 weapons, and not only 3 shall you get, but you shall get it decorated with a light stone. No, you don't want those. My apologies. We bring you 10 jade pieces from across the land.
I didn't want
It shall make a fine decoration for your lair.
And what was that persuasion check you rolled earlier?
24.
Devin, 24. It's inside. The deep spawn hisses once more at you, Thorbjorn, and the translation comes something similar to after this deal, this is my swamp. Your empire will never extend to these boundaries, and our treaty here will hold for all time eternal.
I asked everyone okay with that? Yeah, I say deal.
It's vice versa that you shall not leave this swamp and harass any of outsiders of the swamp, I take it.
Wait a second. How much are we trading here? We're giving this guy land rights over part of the continent and magic weapons?
This is super
It's
risky.
the swamp.
I don't know. Why can't? We can just whack him, or is this he's too strong with the hammer? I guess.
It's not that he's too strong. It's like this is like the first time in my life I have ever done a non-combat option.
Yeah, I like non-combat options.
I mean,
too,
if
but-
we fight, who knows if one of us will die, if 2 of us will die. It's a gamble.
the
But
AOE
you just
stun is fucking
trade,
nuts.
It's a sure thing.
I don't
It's
think
so
we make
strong.
any long-term land rights with this guy. If he doesn't want to take the trade, I don't know. We can figure things out some other way.
I am
There's
happy
some.
to promise it the swamp. Come on.
What are we
who
gonna
wa-
do with the swamp?
Yeah, like
We can't terraform it.
Well, the
Like-
entire goal of why we're out here is to bring the entire island under our rule. Why would we allow this lad autonomous reign over this region? Who knows who will ask for what next?
No,
It's
are you
asking for
serious?
this swamp.
Yeah, what
It's a
other
swamp.
creatures are going to ask for what other parts of the... How do you think other
Who the
civilizations...
fuck else creature's gonna go like, well, we heard you negotiated with the deep spawn, so based on your negotiations, we want some tea and we want this molehill. Like,
If
what?
we grant this creature, this land, we're clearly going to have to put that on notice, the entire kingdom. How is it going to look for the entire kingdom if we've granted land
No
to
one's
only
been
one
here
other
in
We don't
thousands of
creature?
have
years.
to put it on notice. We'll just say there's a deep spawn here. Don't go in here.
Yeah, no one's been there for
Convince the
thousands of
deep
years.
spawn to stay in this swamp. Don't go in there.
I just don't see what else we're gonna use this place for. If you think we're gonna like recolonize Porthus, which is this one little.
I don't want to. I
lame-ass
just don't want to
dome-
give away like a ton of awesome items from a creature that I think we could kill. And then we're,
Well,
we're
I'm
also
not worried
giving
about
like...
it.
Not
I
use
agree
it.
with you. I actually agree with you.
Yeah,
What
and-
I'm worried about is that it runs. That's what.
Right.
Because
We
that's what
really
it
don't want to
said.
dine and dash.
I don't think it's going to run. I think we need to
It
see that...
said it will. It said it will in a fight. It said, "I know my swamp well. I'm gonna peace out if you guys fucking."
Thorborn,
fight me."
if this guy wants to trade, we need to see the hammer. We need to know that what he has is the authentic hammer that we're looking for.
We've already done
Well,
that
yes,
because of detect magic.
We don't.
How
All
about-
detect magic shows us, unless I
Yes, yes,
understand
yes.
these magics differently, is that some object that looks similar
A
to what we're looking for might be
specific
here.
object known to me.
You
which
don't
is
know this
fine.
object. You've never seen this object in your
know
life.
it.
I've lived the hammer.
You've never
when I was
seen
a
Hammer
this?
was
baby,
lost before you were born.
You've never
when I
seen
was
this
a
hammer.
baby boy, I read inscriptions
That's great.
of the hammer. The
Reading
king told
something.
me-
It's great, but you've never seen it. I want to see the hammer for me to know that that's exactly what we're trading for.
We asked and say that we need to see the hammer to make sure it's the right one,
Right,
and
but,
then we'll
yeah,
make
and
that
I'll
trade, and
furthermore
it'll
clarify,
have.
of course. But assuming it's the rightful hammer, you're okay with this deal, right?
If it's the rightful hammer, yeah, I guess we can give up our items.
Okay.
We might need these items for other cool.
No, we don't.
Really? Okay.
You're a hoarder. You're all hoarders.
Yeah, you're right. I am. I have a ton of shit in my apartment I don't need. I should just give it to a deep spawn, so it gives me something cool. I'm fucking up.
So where are we on the swamp?
All right,
We're
we're asking it to show us the hammer,
Yes,
so
they can
that
have
we.
the swamp. We
I'm
just want
going
to see the
even-
hammer.
I'll take the lead here and say, you have a deal.
It will submerge all of its limbs again, and then it will unsubmerge a little bit closer to you. About half of its body will come out of the water about here. One tentacle, one eye, and one mouth are still underneath, but one of the tentacles that rises does contain the hammer, and two of the eye stalks are facing towards you guys. One towards Thorbjorn, and one towards Corin, who has been the lone voice of dissent, saying like, should we trust it? I don't know about this. And also the one mind the deep spawn cannot read. And its other arm will snake out and begin to wrap up the three weapons you have left on this
We
planet.
haven't left them. No. Negative.
No.
I
Yeah.
definitely remember there being a couple of
We've
things
been
left over here.
showing
Never
There's
Wait,
left
light
the, we
stone on that
never.
We can go back in the VOD. I
No, then
specifically.
never mind. It doesn't show up. It doesn't show up. You haven't left
That's
that shit
fine,
over there.
okay, yeah.
I thought you guys were setting it down.
No, I
No,
specifically
no.
said I took out the dagger and I twirled it in my hand. Never that I
Yeah.
handed it. It is on my character. Please, consort.
Sorry.
Yes,
My mistake.
it is on my character sheet, where it is continuing to remain on my character sheet. Yes.
Did it
Sure,
show the
deep
hammer?
one doesn't come forward. No, it doesn't show the hammer. No. I thought
We're
the
not just
guys-
gonna
Son of a
leave
bitch.
these incredibly
Okay,
powerful
wait, wait,
items.
Koibu, I tried to explain to it, but people keep like talking over me. I tried to explain to it that we will make the deal. We need to see the hammer to make sure we can verify it's the real thing. Then we give all the magic items, and it can have the swamp. It's a fair deal, but it seems completely reasonable for us to be able to verify.
And it will hiss at you. Sort of a similar thing, like, how do I know you're telling the truth? We must accept each other at our word.
No, we are already showing. We are showing the
You're
item.
just like waving around a dagger, being like, trust me, it's a +3 dagger. Trust me, this is a +2 spirit. piercing."
Doesn't it know?
And right now it's saying, "Trust me, I've got the hammer of fucking Thor underneath the
Yeah,
swamp."
but you came to it looking for this. It didn't come to you being like you have the spear piercing. It's a very different situation.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm okay with trusting it. I don't care. I think
No, if you give it, dude, you're insane. You're actually a crazy person. We are not giving this thing 3 extra weapons to fight us with. No. Hard
It's only
no.
got 2 extra arms.
What? It.
The item given beyond the second doesn't matter.
Also, he should know that our magical items are real because he can read our fucking minds.
Yeah, but you're also, like, as you've mentioned before, it's reading your minds. You could theory, if you know it's reading its mind, which Thorbjorn has made it clear, there's opportunity for deception still, even with mind reading.
How much of this? How deep is this swamp?
That varies between 0 inches and many feet. And the deep spawn is probably like 10 feet across, and so if the whole thing's huddled underwater, then the part of the swamp it's in is at least 10 feet deep.
Okay. I say, I understand that we are ready to do this deal, but we just want to move things. We want to make sure we both get what we deserve. So how about this? I propose. We'll put the first step. We'll put the spear on the rock. You show us the hammer. We'll give you the second item. You give us the hammer, and then we'll give you the third item. Are we in agreement?
And I also really like this seems a lot better than any of us losing our lives.
Okay. It will, in good faith, raise the hammer above the water, but just the hammer and an eye stalk.
Is it the actual hammer? Do we confirm?
No, I don't know. Can't tell from 60 feet away. What? We
Shut
don't
up,
have glasses
Destiny!
in this
Holy
world.
shit! All right, can I
Bring the
tell
hammer
being,
closer to
being
us.
a dwarven fucking dwarf guy, like I can dwarven it.
Yeah, give me a perception check to see if you can make out enough detail from
Can
here.
I just do a dwarf check?
Give me a perception check to see if you can make out enough detail from here.
I want to. Is it made of stone?
No, it's a metal haft and
I'm
shaft.
perceiving, man.
Oof,
Yeah,
that's a
11's
pretty
all you
low.
needed. Yeah,
No, I
you
don't
can
know.
spot it. It looks like it. It might be a reproduction, maybe, but that seems a little far fetched.
Like, who the fuck thinks that a deep spawn is like, oh, I'm gonna make one out of plastic and wait? Like, what the fuck?
We don't know how many dwarves this guy's killed in these swamps. I mean, look at how deep the swamp is. Half the dwarves we've met would drown in these swamps. Couldn't even walk in these waters.
Yeah.
Could be any number of magical axes.
Jabbering. As Corn's jabbering back there, I just start slowly moving towards.
Does it
that
agree
rock.
to the plan?
I mean,
It has agreed to the plan by showing you its hammer.
I slowly move towards this rock. I drop the only magic item that I'm holding, which is the spear. As I'm close
spear
here,
+1.
I look at that hammer. Does it look legit?
Yeah, it looks like a real hammer.
Cool.
I wait for him to like, so it's like, so we're not all doing it at the same time and like seeming threatening. And then I go and drop the spear. Oh, stabby stab.
Okay. All that's left is the dagger.
No, the deal was it now drops the hammer, then we drop
Sure.
the dagger.
It will set the hammer down.
Fuck yeah.
Over
here
there?
on
Wait,
this
no,
patch
you're
of
just taking it and run. Hey, Thorbjorn,
Okay.
tell
one
this
of us
damn
doesn't get-
beast to drop the hammer at our feet or we're gonna walk.
I can tell if he's lying. I have the crown, so I'll know if he has good intentions.
Oh, that's true. Holy shit,
Ooh.
that's actually so legit. Oh my god, Zizaran, you're a fucking gigabrain.
Yeah, dude, I'm good at reading chat.
What?
That's my fucking superpower.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, has it been on the level?
Yes, thus far it has not lied to you. The closest thing that's come to deception is silence.
Its intent is completely to give us the hammer?
It seems like this is a decent trade. It seems honest that it will trade you its all-powerful hammer for these 3 mixed magic items and its swamp. And with that deal, the deep spawn is happy. It will be appeased. It will never bother you again. You can go home with your hammer. You can bring the dwarves into the fold, and the deep spawn will just fade into history as a legend.
I
All right. I
will
turn
go
to
get the hammer.
I say, history is up to yours for the making. Just, I would like you, if you want to do the honors, feel free to drop the dagger or you can hand it to me.
Wait, we get the hammer first, then we give the dagger. That was the deal. He dropped the hammer. I'm gonna go get the hammer, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you can start walking out to get the hammer, and as you do so, the mouth will hiss at you to Thorbjorn, and Thorbjorn, you'll hear it be like, "I'm not like, we're trading. Give me the dagger before I give you the hammer."
Okay, that's fine. I think it's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
put the dagger down.
I hold out my hand towards Corin, or I kind of gesture, move it along.
Corin, are you giving up your dagger?
Corin takes a fond look at this dagger that he hasn't used a single time. He sheathes it in its ornate metal casing or whatever I imagine it must have taken with it. It's a +3 dagger. I'm sure it has something nice. He takes a deep sigh, he closes his eyes, and he very painfully, somewhat disrespectfully, tosses it in this direction. Aiming for the rock, I guess, but he doesn't really care.
Wow,
if it
how
lands
many
on the
times
floor.
has Corin meleeed in this campaign?
Throw it.
Total. Oh, it's 0! And we were like, we're on episode like 40! Alright, so just stuff it and deal with it, give it the fucking dagger!
All right, you chuck the dagger disrespectfully into the swamp. Why don't you roll me a d8 and we'll see. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to see where it lands. So it lands like over here somewhere.
I will go pick it up and put it on the rock.
Nice.
Oh, okay, cool. As you put it on the rock, the deep spawn surfaces.
I will walk past the deep spawn. This
And
is
it will
like
slither to here.
it's so in character for me to get this hammer. I will give my life for it in an instant, so it doesn't matter. Like I will do anything to get this. So I'm gonna go for it, and then
Okay.
I will look to the deep spawn before I pick it up and be like, is this cool? Are we cool? You and me?
Deep spawn slithers over this shallow section. Its tentacles wrap out around the 3 magical items.
This is some fucking hostage
As you reach
negotiation.
for the hammer, and it then slithers back into the depth.
You mean the
I
dagger?
take the I walk back with the hammer.
We did
I'm-
it!
Spawn sinks below the waves.
Oh my god, it did it!
Oh my god!
That's the first time I've done a non-combat encounter in my life.
Oh, that's so cool.
Pretty much.
I could have sworn it was gonna surprise attack right at the end, but surprise, bam!
Yeah.
Did that have 2 health bars?
No, it just changed it from red to green
Oh.
at the, as it was clear
It's
that
our
you guys
friend now.
I think to it like thank you and may it live forever.
I will.
Shit.
You know, the best thing here would have been making friends with it, gearing the fuck out of it, like giving it like 4 magical weapons.
And
Like,
going
just
against the
like-
Kraken, we can come back and have it fight with a Kraken with us, and then it could rule the whole ocean,
Whoa.
and then just let our ships by. That'd be badass. And it like stabs like 4 times with all of its magic. That'd be fucking badass as fuck. We'll be back. Tell it we'll be back. Tell it we'll be back. We'll back to talk about the Kraken.
I actually asked if it would help us fight the Kraken.
Yeah, ask it if it wants to have a bigger ocean.
Yeah. Do you want a bigger swamp?
Imagine like the swamp that is so big and you run all of it, dude.
It'll hiss at you. A swamp is not the same thing as an ocean, and it prefers the swamp.
They
It's a
wouldn't wanna-
deep spawn. How it can get so much deeper. It could be a deeper spawn. It could be the deepest spawn. Tell it could be the deepest spawn. It could change its title.
Kraken leaves me alone. I threaten it not. It threatens me not.
All right.
No,
I think it wants us to get out
those
of
are
its
very
swamp.
wise words, and I'm glad we could work out a similar deal.
All right.
Let's leave.
Does anything happen to me when I hold this hammer?
Well, you hold the hammer, and maybe
from
it's
Walmart?
probably not from the it's probably not from the hammer itself, but you can feel yourself sort of overcome with the majesty of this thing, what it means to your people, the decorations that are put into it, the lore of dwarves that are finely engraved into it, the incredible metalwork that must have gone into engraving a weapon like this, the pure power that comes with holding this. The legend is that the holder of the hammer is the Thane of all dwarves. And you did say you were going to give it to your Thane, but you become keenly aware that if you hold this and declare yourself Thane, there is a large section of dwarf society that will follow you.
I'm also a blue steel.
You are also a blue
And blood.
steel, and certainly it's possible that the existing Thane might not be cool with that and might rebel against you, but with this hammer you can probably quelch any rebellion.
Okay, so guys, we need some advice here because how we do this is going to be a big deal. if we go to all the other dwarves first, the ones that are not in Boot Steel City, unite all of them, and then go to Boot Steel City and be like, "What's up? This is the Dwarven Empire." Most of them will capitulate, right? Like, or we could go hand this off to the Dwarven King, then he rules everything. That seems like it sucks.
Well, Devin, you want to create a small civil war with your family?
So there's two things that can happen here. Is one, we can carry out the mission that we've promised and made promise throughout the land to return the hand to the Thane, in which case he gets an unimaginable amount of power at uniting the dwarves. Or we can try to take it for ourselves, and at the birth of our new civilization, we've already like essentially cooed one of the dwarves and probably caused a civil war across the land that we have been responsible for after telling everybody that we were going to unite them all under one leadership. So I mean, it's up to you guys. I like to kill things, so either way, but that's a pretty bloody way to start off our new kingdom.
I'm more
if
in
we
favor
want-
of returning it to the blue steels.
But it's
Okay.
a +5 hammer.
Yeah, so that's another thing. If we give it to the Thane, we don't use it. Because it's not our like if I declare myself Thane, one of us can use it, and then we have it. But we're not gonna be like, oh yeah, so we got the hammer for you, but it's a +5 magical item, so we're keeping it. And it's
Right.
gonna be really cool, And he's gonna be like,
But-
no, that's gonna stay in the city. Fuck you.
Okay, no, but that's the thing. You're thinking about it the wrong way, right? So let's say that you do become the king of the dwarves and the Thane, right? Or you just you'd have to basically leave the party. Then you're not gonna go well, all right, I'm the king of the Thanes. You guys just stay at home and follow what I think would be good orders. But I'm gonna go adventuring.
The guy that had this hammer in the first place was a conqueror who went on adventures and shit like that.
and look what happened to him.
Well,
Yeah, and that's what
not
caused
me.
the dwarves to break into
Yeah.
different factions and fall apart.
Yeah, it was
and
literally
destroy
one of the
dwarven
most
society.
catastrophic things that could have happened in the history of the island to the dwarves was the thing going in and fighting with the hammer. I think that there might be a way. I mean, obviously, if we walk in with this hammer, this guy, he's the Thane. He can't be stupid. He's a dwarf. He's not an idiot, right? He knows what you could have done with it. So there might be some argument that we present him with the hammer, allow him to do what he needs, but we ask if we can borrow the hammer for great quests. So, for instance, going to kill the giants or whatever, or the Kraken. It's possible that, I mean, if we wanted to fuck them over, we could right now, absolutely, and we have the backing to do it, but we choose not to anyway. So that should endow a great deal of trust on us. Maybe he would trust you to use the hammer in certain campaigns, because if we wanted to fuck him over, we would have already done it. So.
Could we become advisors of the city or something? Like some kind of I mean, they would work
I think we're
Wait, no,
heroes of all
fuck
time.
advisor of the city. Whatever we are, we're second to the Thane right now because we literally
that's
have the
what I
ability to
would
roll
want.
everything. Yeah, so we
because
could
we
be
run Ember's Keep, we run Yaka, we run
all this
But I guess
shit.
Riki, the other guys up there that are on the island with the seashells, and the See, that's the thing. Some of the islands, some of the cities we run, and some of them we don't. Like we don't
Also,
control Riki.
Keep in
We
mind,
also don't.
keep in mind too, they don't actually know we have the fucking hammer. We could just use this motherfucker until we finish the Riki shit, and then just show up later. We're like, hey, we found the hammer, whatever, right? It's not like they know we
That's
have
true.
it right now.
That's true.
I am
So-
the Senate.
So we go to. Do we just use it for now, and then we just go to the doors later?
I mean, we could.
Fine.
Cool. Okay. Well, if I die with it, that would be pretty
And I will
shitty.
pick it up and run away.
Good. Yeah. All right. Well, then that leads to the question: who does it go to?
Probably you, right?
Probably you.
I guess.
Wait, does Devin make multiple attacks around?
Yeah, I make 2 attacks.
I think it should. It sucks. I mean, lore-wise, it should go with the dwarf, but Ziz can make 4 attacks per round with that weapon. You could theoretically kill every single thing on the map in one action surge.
Well, what was the ability on it? It AOE stuns, failing a wisdom save.
And takes
Yeah.
3d6 damage for everything, right?
That's fucking
shit.
bananas.
Also, you are aware. You know what? Never mind. I'm just gonna PM you something here, Devin, and let you figure out what you want to do with it.
Wait, so Koibu, if I'm to
Okay.
understand this,
Monka Giga.
if Zizaran walks up to a creature and hits it 4 times with his hammer, everything is essentially taking 12d6 damage in a what AoE around it?
20 feet.
And a
They fail
20
save.
feet
and
AoE around it.
stuns.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's pretty unbelievable.
It is. Yeah.
That's true.
So that's 4 stuns. It's 4 wisdoms. It's such a powerful one. It's a legendary artifact for sure.
Is it 3d6?
Like-
Does it get the +5 as well, or is that only to the initial attack?
+5 to hit and damage.
+5 to hit and damage.
But the damage
Yeah,
doesn't apply to the 3d6, right?
No.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, let me see what I'm being told here. I haven't seen it yet. Then we'll see if that changes things. But I don't know what this is gonna be. Like, that's an insane. That's insane. It's the craziest weapon I've ever seen in a Koibu campaign. Maybe
Yeah,
in
right
recent
now it's
D&D.
in your hands. It's amazing.
It's very strong. Once we unite the dwarves, the problem is like, do you go to the other faction of dwarves first and get them, or do you just let the blue steel people handle that? Because there's the whole other faction of dwarves on the left side of the mountain and the right side of the mountain.
Everybody
think
should
they would
fall in
fix
line.
themselves.
Yeah, everything should fall in line with this hammer.
Dude, imagine if we put it in the magic fountain and then hit something with it and
Now
just
it
the
does like
world
60, 10 damage or some shit to everything.
Who do I know that because it's my people?
Yeah, you know that because you've read many things. You know, you've been raised with legends. What do you call it? Yeah, oral tradition has given you.
How
the
reliable
information
are
I've
those?
DM'd you.
I just know this to be fact, basically.
I mean, this is what you. What oral tradition do you know that does Devin know, and how well can you trust it? Right? Oral tradition is pretty good.
So
know?
this is okay. I will tell my party as much that this hammer is a dwarven hammer. It is crafted in the hands of dwarves for dwarves. Supposedly, as our legend goes, if a non-dwarf wields it, it's a wicked bad curse on that person. But I don't know what the curse does or means. But I know that there is a horrible curse that will overcome someone if they wield it.
Supposedly,
non-dwarf.
and the dwarf, the deep spawn, was holding it,
Bro.
so it could be a fake curse.
It could also
Or
be that he was
just
not a
not
deep spawn
humanoids.
before, and now he is because he wielded the hammer.
Can't we
Point
just
being-
ask the
That's
wizards
awesome.
to
we
like
can roll
curse?
as a deep spawn.
Just let the dwarf have it.
I
Fuck
want to
it.
be a deep spawn.
I mean, I
If
don't
I
mind
get two
if
attacks per round at 3d6 plus stun, it's still fucking insane.
I don't mind if the dwarf has it, but if we really want to, we could just have the wizards check it to make sure. We can just say that we just want to make sure that it's authentic, but also ask if it's cursed. Like, we don't have to like say that we're planning to like wield it. If we really want to.
I think we should not give it to wizards or really anyone. I think we should either figure out what to do with it ourselves until we give it to the dwarves.
Wait, are we talking about the hammer? Sorry.
Yep.
Why? Wait, what are we talking about? Why the fuck? We're taking the hammer with us. We're not giving it to
I know.
anybody.
He's saying like we're trying to figure out if Thorbjorn should wield it, and I'm saying it's like everything I know, my character knows about the history of this thing is that it's a dwarven hammer. Non-dwarf should not wield it. If they do, really bad shit happens. Like, all of dwarf society knows this. It's like an Omega curse.
Oh, then the dwarf can wield it, I guess. Although I don't know what Omega Curse didn't befall everybody with the deep spawn wielding it for hundreds of years, but... Actually, no. Wait a second. How can you say that there's going to be some massive curse that the deep spawn himself wouldn't have incurred holding this hammer for hundreds of years?
We don't know what the deep spawn's all about, dude. He could be very sad or depressed, or he could have crippling weakness, or he could have been. I mean, I don't know.
Why would we give away so many weapons to a cripplingly weak deep spawn?
If I'm saying we have a dwarf, we have the dwarven hammer, just wield the dwarven hammer with the dwarf. It makes sense, and then be done with it. And then we give it to the dwarf later. What does it matter?
I mean, it's inefficient for combat, but if we want to, sure.
How is it? It's one half as inefficient.
Well, it's inefficient because Ziz here can make 4 attacks with the hammer, which can literally kill everything in a 20-foot.
Well, I mean, one time.
Sure.
Wait, what do you mean one
Otherwise,
time?
it's exactly the same.
Because he can
Does
use
the
action
effect
surge.
go
Action
off
surge.
per attack?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Really gonna give away a hammer to this fuck? He's not even from this island. He's
He
from a
doesn't
completely
even go here.
far away.
That's true. It would be like completely out of character for Flint to do it. Yeah, that's true
How
too.
could you give it to him?
Yeah,
I
you can
probably
just wield the
can't.
hammer. Yeah, fuck it. Do it. The dwarf can keep the hammer. I guess.
Devin, is it your Brussels?
I suppose.
I mean, the
Yeah.
Thorbjorn wielding the flame tongue could be pretty good too, Simon.
Yeah, sure.
Do you want it?
Is it better than my axe?
Is it?
Isn't it like a +2 axe?
No, it's like, fuck, what is my axe? It's kind of badass.
I think a D16 die size. or
Does
something.
like cleave damage or something.
It has
Yeah,
1d16
it's
damage.
D16, but it has no magical bonuses to hit or damage.
Oh shit! Take the flame sword. It's way better for you.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, because it also does flame damage too.
True. Yeah, I mean, I can just use the flame sword until we like, and then you can have it
And
back.
we'll switch
later.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
After we give it to the dwarves. All right.
Makes more sense lore-wise too.
Can you add the hammer,
I will.
the sword to his sheet? Yeah.
Yes, I will do that. But why don't we make? You're gonna do a couple of reckless movements. So 1, 2. Give me 3 D20 to get out of the swamp. Oh my god.
Yeah, sure.
None of those are encounters, amazingly enough.
If it
And
matters,
then-
I can also guarantee a hit if we really need one. Because I can channel divinity guarantee a hit. I get +10 to hit if I channel divinity. So I can guarantee an AoE stun if we need one.
It's kind of cool.
That's pretty cool.
1, 2, 3, and then 4 D20 to get back to Riki.
You want to do that?
I'll do that one, I guess.
2, 4, 7, 5. Wow, no encounters. Amazing. And a week later, you guys come out of the swamp. You'll probably never get the smell out of your existing clothes. That fetid, rotting, stinky, swampy water has pervaded them forever, but that's all right. You come back to Riki, where you can rest. You can take a long rest if you need. You can teleport anywhere you want. And I will change out gear after our session, which I think is wrapping up right about now. Congratulations on acquiring the Hammer of Zorin without shedding any blood.
It's awesome.
With communicating with an incredibly evil and highly intelligent creature. I want to give major props to whoever's idea it was that it can read your minds, and so you're going to tell it about all the creatures you've killed via remembering all of the creatures you've killed. Because aside from that, there's no way the Deep Swan would ever have tried to negotiate with you. It probably would have just lured you into a trap and murdered you. But
I think
you've done great deeds and managed to honestly communicate that in a way that it would believe, and its sense of self-preservation was greater than its sense of greed. And that is an amazing way to solve a problem. So very
hell
well done.
yeah, dude.
Woo!
I
Very
think
well done.
everybody
Everyone take-
contributed a great deal to that.
6,000
Everyone
experience?
take another $5,000 for this because
No,
that
six,
is some pretty
six.
fucking crazy.
That's
Five.
huge.
6.
Five.
5.
6.
That's insane.
Five.
Fuck!
5.
That's
Okay, we need to
actually.
go farming.
I'm 14. I'm 30 experience away from level. Do I get more because I'm the dwarf or something?
No.
This is
No.
this is Flintheart's Keystone Quest.
Yeah.
This is it. This is the entire reason
Also
the
an
character
extra
existed.
30.
Koibu, I know in
You're
your
gonna do so much leveling tomorrow.
I
Next
know
session.
in your blood there's like one kind cell.
No.
Like there's like one little guy in there
No.
that's like, yeah, I like people. It's actually a good.
All right,
I wanna
Devin,
be-
I'll let you roll for it. Roll me D100, and that's how much XP you get.
Oh my god, that's actually so. Oh my god. Okay, I'm at 6. Wait, let me figure out how much I need. I'm at 63,945. 63,945. So if what's 100 minus 45?
You need 55 points of
Oh,
experience.
that's tough. Okay, one
I thought you said you
D100.
needed 30, so I gave you D100. Well,
Wait,
there you go.
Okay, so it's a little bit more than a 50% chance. Okay.
A little bit less than a 50% chance because you need 55, right? Yeah.
Okay.
I hope you get 54.
I swear to God, this will determine, Koibu, if this is a seed or not. This is the roll. If I roll, I'm doing it. Oh my God! I told you it's a seed. I told you it's a
We
seed.
did kill an Ozed as well.
That was wrapped in here. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a seed. I know
I
it now.
tried.
That proves
I
it.
tried to give it to you.
I proves it. I'm not asking for anything else. I shot my shot. I triggered the one little nice guy in you. He spoke up.
So
I failed.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
fair trade.
Yeah. Well done. Nice attempt.
I'm so sad. Fuck, man.
Well,
That was a good session, though. That was really good.
good session. I believe now the only thing standing between the party and the completion of their initial goal are the cloud giants in Necrot. You know, the Acropolis, there's some cool shit to investigate there for sure, but that's not necessary to complete everything. The Kraken, also cool if you want to leave the island, but to unify the island, all you need is Riki. And for Riki, all you need is the cloud giants.
Shit.
So next week could very well be the final session of Empires of Arcadia,
Oh my god.
Oh.
depending on how we want to play it. And with that, Steven, you want to take us out?
Yeah. Hey, I'm Destiny. Thanks for watching. Beneath me, above me is Trump.
Hey, Trump here.
Oh no, wait. Beneath me is Trump. Sorry.
Oh,
You're still beneath me.
hey,
Go ahead.
Trump here. Let's see. It's a lot of fun. I can't believe we had. I mean, this is like you witnessed history. We negotiated with a despawn. That's awesome. Yeah, Devin, how's that feel holding that hammer?
It's awesome. This is why I created the character. It's like basically fulfilling a keystone quest for a character, like an epic quest in EverQuest. I never have done this in like a D&D session personally, so it feels very good. I also feel like the way that I always like imagined like Flintheart was like this fight. It's like either we do it or like no matter what happens, this is sort of it. It's just pass or fail. He can't run. He can't do because this is everything, right? This is like his whole mission. So like he would reasonably give up anything to get it in this way and to work with everybody to get it. Sort of like unifies all of us as leaders and everything we've been doing, and it just is very cool to see. It's just super cool episode. Like really awesome that this worked out. I love the Shadowrun type stuff of like negotiating something, working with it. Koibu is super cool to like think about how a despawn would be, and it was surely difficult to do this and required like really difficult roles, but also a lot of good thinking on the part of the people here.
Yeah. Okay.
Ziz, what do you think?
Awesome. My name is Zizaran. It was really fun. Really, really fun episode. I'm excited. It was like I usually always just kill things. So I was like, you know what, let's try just negotiating. But yeah, I played Path of Exile, and I think next episode is also on Destiny's channel, I think.
Yep. The next 2 in a row will be on my channel, and then we're caught up. Yeah.
Yeah. So the next one's on Destiny's channel too, and then I'll be playing Path of Exile after this and killing things with fire.
And Koibu, what's your?
You guys can find me on Destiny's channel for some Tombs of Scoria tomorrow. And then we just did some Legends of Arcadia Genesis on Sunday. So if you're interested in a new campaign with 5 players taking a look at the dawn of society, the dawn of the world where gods walk the lands and chat with the player characters, then check out Legends of Arcadia Genesis. You can find the VODs on youtube.com/Koibu0, probably.
Okay.
That's my channel.
Cool. All right. Well,
Cool.
Thanks a lot for watching us, and we will be back next week, same time.
Thank you, everybody.